Oh my god.
And I don't understand them.
KOT.
You let me push my debate back to Mother's Day, and you ain't even got nothing to do today, bro.
Bro, what you mean? I'm at work. Well, I was at work.
You ain't at work right now.
Say, well, you could debate it. Why don't you do
debate?
KOT, call it KOT.
Hey, he ready today. Hey, call Solar. Tell Solar, come on, we ready. Call Solar, tell him, come on, we ready.
Yeah, call him and tell him y'all ready, man. Stop fucking around. You got your shit ready?
No, he ain't got his shit ready, bro.
I'm in Louisiana. I told y'all
Yo, check this out. KOT.
Hey, this shit got me mad as hell right now. Hey, I got
that's fucked up.
That's bogus, bro. Hey, everybody.
And that nigga, hey, look. He ain't been on the panel this long in a minute, neither.
Every time I'm on here during the day, I'm at work. What are you talking about? We're always on here at work.
You're supposed to be in the dojo right now, trying to get your shit together.
They got my presentation already together. What are you talking about?
Yeah. If you stop lying, you just started this weekend.
And all that shit. Then you heard.
Let's walk through the debate then. Let's walk through the debate then. Right? So, who are the first people to start bringing Africans to the Caribbean? Who the first people to start bringing Africans to the Caribbean, man?
Doesn't matter.
Oh my God.
Come on, brother. It does matter. It does matter because you're saying that they never did. Or they didn't say they never did. So you should know what people
Man, I want to put my chickens up. I'm good.
So if I say, bro, what you mean? You gotta stop that, bro. Come on.
Nah, bro, you gotta go play some track. You're a waste of debate.
Some sea traffic, not even no street traffic. Respect the battle, bro. He crossed the line. He crossed the line, Clay.
Hold on, bro. This is going on here the whole time. He rescheduled the debate. He's been on here the whole time. You could have been setting up. You've been ready for this debate.
Hey, all my life.
This nigga don't even respect the league.
The propaganda ain't gonna work.
Hey, bro, shut up.
Your propaganda ain't gonna work.
I sound real afraid.
Hey, that nigga sound like a.
Nigga supposed to be fighting right now, Clay.
All that wine,
bro. I know, bro. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. After I beat you, bro, don't get on the panel talking about good debate. I don't even need that shit. Don't show up. Bro. Don't get on the panel.
Got no class. No, I'm gonna start calling no class. No class or nothing. Come on, man.
Bro,
He's the man. He's the man with his
No, you don't need no dignity. Anybody that
ain't never heard a man say, leave the man with his dignity.
Hey,
yeah, leave the man with his dignity.
I am. Fuck his dignity. I'm running his pockets. I'm
how y'all trying to take Lance dignity just because he barely lost by the skin of his teeth?
Yo, he did lost at the 1 yard line.
I don't understand how he lost. I don't know. He didn't lose. Hey, man. That's the crazy part about it. Because he showed that the motherfuckers was calling themselves black. Well, what they called themselves.
They claim he didn't. They claim he didn't. So they clearly and obviously missed that point.
He didn't prove it. Lance won that thing.
In what world are y'all winning?
Man.
Look. I want to ask and claim, Couch and claim.
You got to call them claims like retarded. You got to call them claims with an S. You got to call them claims. You got to call them claims with an S.
Worthy apostle.
The worthless apostle.
It's always funny when it's fast, man.
Damn, I wasn't even ready for it. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Say claims.
Yeah, with an S. With an S. Claims. That's what the bad. Cut the bad call them claims.
Oh man.
Claims.
I want to ask you something. Go on the road for comedy, but that was a good one. That was a good one.
I want to ask you, what does black mean in Kenya? No, the word black is an English word. The word that we use in black, right? But it so they would call themselves like swarthy or as Lance was bringing out, you know what I mean? Right. So they wouldn't have called themselves black. But Kemet, come on now. Right, but hold on. So you're saying they wouldn't have called themselves black people? No, well, in English, they don't know English, so they're not speaking English. But they were known for the color of their skin. Okay. That's my whole hold on. Time out. Hold on. Because Lance agrees with me on this. That when the hieroglyph that indicates the name for the people of Kemet is Ramesh in Kemet, which means people of Kemet.
That's right.
Oh, that's a hold on. Y'all niggas have been doing what y'all mean. Hold on, y'all. That's okay, other people in the land, bro. That's not hold on, Lance. Fall back, bro. Kemet means the black land. Thank you. Now, hold on. Now, let's pay attention to the cultural significance. These people of the when the Nile floods, it leaves black silk. That black silk that's left behind after the flood, rejuvenates the land, makes it more fertile, and allows the no, that's not why they call Kemet, bro. Hold on. Because that's what I'm saying. Can you name one concept? Can you name one concept in Kemet that's associated with anything outside of you calling?
How did you call that woman brown? Hold on, you keep asking us questions, but why we can't ask you no questions?
Because I'm not getting the answer to my question. Because what I'm asking for, because I know that y'all know that to call them black. But what I'm trying to figure out. Why did you call the girl brown? Hold on. I said I know that y'all know to call them black. The question that I'm asking is, what other concepts associated with Kemet can you refer to outside of their skin tone? Because the problem is, and this is a part of the argument that I was making. There's people that would call themselves different things in Kemet. You know what I mean? What does that mean? But what does that mean? It was just the land of the blacks. The land of the blacks. That's what Kemet was. There was black people there. But that's what I'm saying. Outside of being able to regurgitate that same type of talking point, what other? No, it's not a talking point. Hold on, it's a fact though. But no, it's not.
No, man, he's a white person.
Bro, it's a heavily disputed argument. Actually, mainstream
side of the
argument when we know that is the land of the blacks. No, mainstream
anthropology to cover up the blackness of the people.
Y'all do know that both Lance and I presented information that completely rejects what you're saying right now.
You're doing iconoclasm right now.
No, hold on. Y'all do know that because y'all said Lance won, right? Yeah. Both Lance and I presented evidence on behalf of the agricultural argument for Kemet being called black land. We both agreed on that.
Yeah, black land.
So when y'all come, Kemet, you said that Kemet was called the land of the blacks.
Yeah, he said it's not talking about they skin. Crazy man.
We addressing the debate. Now, if a part of the debate where Lance and I are both presenting information that is referencing agricultural significance to the land of the blacks, not a racial connotation.
Well, stop.
How are y'all saying that he won on that aspect when his argument disagrees with what you say?
Named after agriculture, nigga. Kemet is not named after agriculture. Kemet is named after the people, the black people.
Lance made that argument, bro. Lance made that argument. He made the argument that the concept of race didn't exist to them, and the name Black Land came from the land. He presented evidence saying that.
Oh, well, that was stupid.
It really wasn't, because that's supposed to go with a race argument.
I don't know why the brother would do that. But I know right now.
But you think he won, though?
It's the note in
you saying you thought he won?
No, I said if he'd have stuck with that instead of going down the race lane, then he's fine. He was never supposed to mention race as a person. If he stick with the black land, the black this, the black that, and leave the people out of it, his argument is fine. He was never supposed to put people in it. That's
the title and the premises.
Right, but
calling ancient people black or white.
Hold on. What you say, Chad?
Y'all gotta remember, he the one that made it. He said it was non-secular. Once he said race is non-secular, he has to talk about black in every other facet. So he was supposed to drive black land to the ground, never mentioning race as for people though. That's what he said in his premise. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all don't even agree. So y'all don't even agree with him. Y'all don't even agree with him, but y'all think he won.
I do agree with him.
He had good points. He should have won shit.
No, that one point. He brought out a lot of points that just shovel after shovel after shovel was fucking burying you, nigga.
Come on. It's inappropriate to call the Black Madonna the Black Madonna.
That's the actual name of that shit.
I don't know why he did that to himself. He should have reviewed his presentation.
You already won, you idiot. And you said you agree with all the ancestors that talk about that shit, you idiot. The debate is over, nigga. Tell the truth now, nigga.
But what are you talking about? I've already said that my
Black Madonna is ancient. Black Madonna is ancient. That's the name of it.
This is what I'm telling you, bro. Like, you got 2 ears.
Now go to the Catholic Church and say the Pope. I'm responding to the thing.
Nah, bro. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen, my position in the debate was uniquely critiquing the way that Lance deploys the terms black and white. Lance was smart enough to see that and be like, I'm not going to go that direction. I'm going to go the other direction. But he's too pseudo to stay away from that direction. So even though he went the other direction, he came back.
God damn.
I told him he's a rookie, man. He need to shut up and learn something, right? For 3 weeks, I kept telling him that over and over again.
That's why Taz is saying, nigga, if you hammer down black and all of these other instances and what it means and its importance and how it is appropriate in all of these other instances, right? Because y'all gotta understand, appropriate is contextual. I tried to kind of hammer that, but it's contextual. That means that if you can name one situation, if you the affirmative, and you can name one situation where it's appropriate, then it's fucking appropriate. If you could name,
he did that multiple. Hold on. He did that multiple times for one thing, and then for two, you called the Lady Brown, you idiot.
Hold on. Now watch. This was his mistake though. His mistake was, even in my speech, go back and watch the debate. I was saying he's playing around with it. He's acting as if not talking about race, but then he's using language that signifies race. That's why even in the rebuttals, we were still neck and neck because he hadn't done it yet. He was kind of doing it, but I couldn't prove 100%.
So that made him look bad enough, even though his stance was absolutely correct and his presentation was done well.
because look, and this is the reason why I was making race important, because I needed him to embrace that concept of race, because that's where my disadvantage argument was. Because if you have race and it goes this way, then these bad things happen, right? So I needed him to embrace that concept. He hadn't done it fully until the interrogation.
Listen,
that's when he embraced
let me tell you also about the critiquing of the judges, because all summer, all winter, we was talking about you lose that round if the person concedes. This clown said, no, you lose the debate. You lose the whole debate. Nigga, we know the rules. The people that be on this show and listen and learn how to debate know the rules very well. So you lose a round if you concede in that round. That's it. Bottom line, he took the whole debate from the man because he semi-conceded in his brain, in his imagination. When you conceded multiple times, calling the lady brown.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's not a matter of how many. You don't count concessions one by one. When you evaluate
so he said if you concede one time, if you are contradictory one time, you lose the whole debate. That's what he said.
No, that's not what he said. What he said is if a crucial argument that you are making, if that very crucial argument, you contradict that, that's when you lose the debate. Because your argument...
So it's okay. It's appropriate to call the lady brown.
That's not the question of the debate.
That is the question. It's appropriateness of the colors.
No, it's not.
You just hate the word black, huh? You don't care about brown.
This is why you a couch surfing nigga, bro. And y'all take this shit too personal.
That's why
you think this. You think no. Nigga, I made a debate argument.
And I'm talking to you about your debate.
No, you not, nigga. You asking me? You
nigga. When he asked you, what color the lady was?
Brown, bro. Asking me, do I hate the color black? Is not.
I would have asked you that in the debate.
You stupid. Asking me, do I hate the color black? Is not asking me a question about the debate. Nigga.
I asked you is it appropriate to call her brown? And you said that's non sequitur. But you said it brown.
Bro, so I did not just use the words non sequitur right now.
Well, whatever you do, you ignoring
that's
my
what I'm saying, bro. No, I'm
asking you a question, brother. I'm asking you a question, brother.
And the way that you're talking to me right now,
how is it appropriate?
You do not have the standing to even be coming at me.
Man, Solar talks way worse than this in the Shuckerbuck round.
But you're not Solar, and this ain't the Shuckerbuck. You are couch surfing claim, nigga. But you ain't got no. That's what that is, bro. I don't owe you nothing.
Don't let a hater. Now listen.
And you didn't quit the league. I don't even know how I could take your understanding of the debate. I don't even know how I could take your understanding of
that's why he would have lost.
Legitimate, bro.
If I was talking to you, you would have lost bad. Because I would have exposed you.
But you're a quitter. You're a quitter.
I quit twice.
Yeah, you too. You're a quitter too. Nigga, I'm still here, bro. What are you talking about?
Nigga, I never quit, nigga, because I'm still here.
You quit and came back, nigga. Don't nobody trust you. Nobody take your regular conversation.
I ain't never quit.
So, look, see how you trying to deflect. Look, answer the question about the brown.
I don't have to. Because I won, nigga.
I know that. Now you don't want to talk about the debate now that the smart niggas on here, though.
No, you playing. You always here, bro. You the hang around nigga. You're always here.
Our team going Suave in the building.
Well, at least when it comes to Suave, you know if I'm hosting the panel. Because, I get your ass up out of there quick. That's why I stay in the chat. When I got
because you scared of me, nigga.
Oh, nigga, I don't give a fuck about you and that.
Right. That's why you don't want to talk about your debate anymore, because I'm asking the right question.
I have no problems talking about my debate, bro, but you're asking stupid questions. And you're delusional.
I'm going to debate you, Jomo. I think I can.
So there ain't no point. I don't need to answer stupid questions from niggas who
don't
really. You know what I'm saying?
You found it appropriate to call the woman brown, and I would have beat that into your head until the judges saw your head slid over.
Nobody believes that. Because you're stupid. Nobody takes you serious because you're stupid.
Right. This is the panel. What's good, family? Hey, Lance. I'm
I'm gonna address you, Lance, because you trying to troll me on Facebook, bro.
Hey,
And I don't really.
I got you, bro.
But I'll deal with you. I'll deal with you later.
Come on, real life.
I got you.
I'm gonna judge you in real life.
You're really insignificant.
You judge me, Most High gonna judge you, bro.
The
Same way you judge me.
Most High do not care nothing about your foolishness, bro.
He care about you and how you deal with people.
So, Plain, let me ask you this.
My name is Word the Apostle.
Your name is a jackass, but let me ask you a question. If Domo would have referred to the lady as black or white, what would that have meant to you?
To me, I think by using the color and finding it appropriate to call her brown, and he conceded his point.
That's not what I asked.
It's inappropriate. Hold up.
That's not the question.
Hold up. I'm not finished answering the question. You idiot. Shut the fuck up.
That's not the question that I asked. This is the problem with you dummy. I asked you one simple question.
I'm in the middle of answering your question. You old geezer.
I said black and white. Why you telling me about
old geezer, nigga? I
said black or white.
Shut the fuck up. I'm getting
Why are you telling me about?
I'm getting into your hypothetical. I'm explaining what actually happened in the debate. You idiot.
I asked you that.
And then I'm going to get into your hypothetical.
No, see, that's not how you answer a question.
I'm comparing reality to your hypothetical.
No, you can't do that because that's not what occurred.
That is what occurred. Brown is what occurred.
Bro, you said
that's reality. Okay, so
finish your statement. Let me see if you stupid you are.
You can hear it.
And I'm gonna show you how
be quiet. I can answer your question, brother.
Didn't raise you right.
If
you be quiet, I can answer.
Does not denote race. But
I'm talking to Claim.
Judge me on that same
grown grandmother. I'm talking to Claim.
Yeah.
Answer the question, Claim. I'll deal with you after Claim.
No, it was a rehearsal joke. So
I'll deal with you after Claim.
Now, in my mind, the Brown response and finding that appropriate to call her Brown concedes his point. So the same thing would have happened if he called her black by mistake. But he knew not to never.
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Why do you feel that support? Because he said Brown, that supports the fat grandmother's debate.
Because Domo's argument is that it's inappropriate to call these people by their color, their skin tone, because of whatever reason he was talking about.
Okay, now stop. Why did he say she's brown?
Because her skin tone was brown.
Exactly. So did he lie?
You fucking idiot. That was Lance.
No, I asked you a question. Did he lie when he said brown?
That means Lance was not lying.
Wait a minute. Are all dark colored race people called black?
Negroes are called black.
How do you know? Hold on. This is the ultimate question there. How do you know that she was a Negro?
By how she looked.
Don't even debate him.
Stop. How do you know that she was a Negro?
I use my two eyes to see that.
Right. Hold on. By your observation, right?
Yeah.
So your observation and your observation.
She wasn't a Negro.
Stop, bro. Hey, Akmalak, tone down.
Exactly, Akmalak, and that was my fucking.
Tone down. Listen. You asked him a question. You asked him to give an observation, right? The problem is you didn't ask him an objective question. You asked him a subjective question.
No,
hold on, bro.
Both ways.
Stop talking, bro. You asked him what Akmalak just said and what you just agreed with. You asked him for his observation. Hold on.
Black or brown.
You asked him for his observation.
You asked any Chinese person.
Stop, bro. That's completely subjective.
They're gonna say black or brown.
That's completely subjective. Hold on. That's completely subjective. It's completely subjective. You asked him to give an observation. Now the key is that when you ask someone to give you their observation, you should never judge ever. You asked him to describe a phenotype.
Yeah, which is obvious. That's
No,
subjective.
Yara.
Stop, bro. Y'all missing the point.
She was a
The phenotype is
Stop, bro.
objective.
Stop,
Phenotype
bro.
is not subjective.
When you ask someone about someone's phenotype,
It's objective.
what does that denote?
How did I ask her phenotype when I asked what is her color?
You don't get it. Because you ask, that's
what a
asking.
phenotype is.
That's a phenotype, dummy.
Hold on. What I mean is this. He's trying to
exterior.
He's trying to say that phenotype in general can mean race, but I was specific about a phenotype that has nothing to do with race.
It has everything to do with race.
As far as today's,
even today, even today,
bro, does complexion denote race?
Complexion does not denote race.
Well, you just killed yourself. You idiot.
No, because he's missing the point. No, listen. This is the point y'all keep missing.
Your judges right.
The point y'all keep missing is that he asked him about his observation. Once you ask them about their observation, then you are asking them to give you their opinion or their observation in regards to their phenotype.
How did you drive the backhoe over your own road? You have a backhoe drone,
and he understand. That makes you know he understood my point, bro. Because he
that means he did not understand your point.
No, I understood every point he made.
It was malicious, bro.
Because you just said
I understood every point he made.
Yes, it was malicious.
Claim was not obvious.
And Lance, you just said, I know because you helping him very well.
Listen,
you said that complexion does not denote race, and that was Lance's argument. That was Lance's argument, you idiot. He was saying
that wasn't you, jackass. Claim it wasn't. Now let me help you again.
He was saying I'm not talking about race. This is
watch this, bro. Bro, y'all misunderstand the point, bro. When he asked the man, what color is this woman? Hold on. He asked him, what color is this woman? Right? Were you talking about complexion?
No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said, what color is she known as today? That's what he said.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. This is what y'all keep missing. What color would she be today? Hold on. Stop, bro.
I didn't
Stop, bro. Can you be quiet for a second? Can you be quiet for 1 second? You asked him, what color would she be considered today? Today, racial constructs consist based on color.
That's a fucking lie. That's a super fucking lie.
It's not.
Right. When you go to the census and you see the racial designations, they are not based on color at all, nigga. When you see Hispanic, that's not a color, you stupid nigga. When you see Native American, that is not a color.
Hispanic is not a. What are you talking about, bro? Hispanic.
Hispanic is a race, you idiot.
Show me what are you talking about, bro?
I said go to the fucking old geezy.
Watch this. What's the difference? What's the difference from someone from Africa versus an African American?
Man, you are not color. Fucking where, bro?
Not color.
Nowhere, bro.
You not color.
You expose yourself.
You're killing yourself. Not color.
Features,
right?
It's not features either.
Hold on. You said features. What are features?
Oh, you're just gonna harp on the wrong answer. Right.
Phenotypes. What does phenotypes denote?
Africans and African Americans look exactly the same.
Wait. Malak, do Africans and African Americans look exactly the same?
It's complexion of phenotype.
If you place it in the terms of the question, when you asked him, what does it mean? What would she be considered today? Did you not ask him what would she be considered today?
You said he never asked him that.
I'm asking him, Lance.
You said he never asked him that.
I'm asking Lance. Lance, did you ask him what would she be considered today?
Yeah, after a series of questions, I did end up asking him that.
Okay, so was she considered today? Will she be judged by her race based on her skin complexion?
That's my point, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Thank you.
Okay, and I think a
wrong
large part
question.
of the problem. A large
No,
part
he
of the
didn't.
problem.
Not at all.
A large part of the problem is niggas are just flat out disingenuous about the context of what's being
Exactly.
asked. Right?
And I
Like
know what he was asking.
if you asking me to describe like who I think she is based on her phenotype, that's exactly my argument. I'm criticizing that concept. I'm saying that when you do that,
No,
you erase culture, bro. Like whatever. But my argument was when you do that, you reduce the cultural significance of a people because we don't know nothing about her. We just know the quote unquote perceived.
Yeah, but you're erasing her skin complexion by not stating it.
You sound stupid, nigga. You sound just 100% stupid. Like that shit ain't even.
When he said brown.
There's no equivalent. That's what I'm saying.
He didn't want to say that. Nigga, he was supposed to say that because Lance kept pressing him.
I don't understand how argumentation works.
They don't. That's right. Like Clay.
I said this. I said
Clay
this.
and Lance, you guys are not really good debaters, and that's just the bottom line. You can become better debaters, but you guys are not good debaters. So when you deal with argumentation,
his reputation, it got a lot.
I don't have what you talking about. I've been judging for 2 years.
I'll debate you right now.
And so when you talk,
he just got beat to death on this.
First of all, when you go back through Lance's debate, he had no methodology, none at all whatsoever. And that's really what killed him.
No, your disingenuity, whatever.
No, bro.
Me, bro.
If you go back and listen to if you honestly, Lance, if you honestly go back and listen to your debate, you will hear yourself.
Did Domo address anything in my debate?
Yes, he does.
The shit will not be overturned, so there's no need for you to defend.
He addressed everything in your debate.
I'm not defending my position, but I heard this nigga talk big shit, nigga, for a month, nigga.
Right,
month, nigga. That nigga ran his fucking mouth for a month, disrespected for a fucking month, and now all I'm hearing is whining and fucking complaining. I told y'all niggas this is what he was gonna do.
Exactly.
As soon as this nigga was gonna be about it,
and say conspiracies and all that. The funny thing is
that shit is annoying in the mother.
Right. The funny thing is like he act like we haven't heard these whining complaints before over judgment.
Well, then you should be used to it. When Rob Rat cuts me out for 2 hours straight and won a debate of a pure pseudo knowledge and pictures, Rob Rat rule was made. That was never overturned. So we didn't have overturning at that time, and you don't have it in playoffs.
Who cares though? See, this is the point. This is the point that you got. This is the point that you got.
You are never going to be.
This is the point that you got. This is the point that you got.
No one's ever going to trust you, bro.
But who cares because a Lance debate?
Melvin didn't even know the name of the debate, bro.
Who cares?
He didn't know how.
Who cares?
Who cares?
I got something to say.
It's like y'all got weird. You know what I'm saying? Y'all take weird little personal shit and put it
right. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
nah, nigga, this shit. Who cares if Melvin knew the name of the debate?
Yara came at me the most when he heard I was having this debate. Yara came to me and was like, "He's going to kill you." He said he's going to kill you. The first thing he asked me was, "Nigga, hold on, nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga."
Right, so we don't talk about it.
Bro, you don't. I mean, yeah, we talking about it, but it's a difference between talk about it. Hold on. It's a difference between talk about it and niggas bitch. Niggas is bitching right now.
Right.
We're talking.
Niggas is bitching right now.
And
look, and this is what I'm saying because niggas is coming at y'all rock fucked up. But this is like, he's out to get Lance.
Hey, Lance.
When he heard I was doing this debate, he said Lance is going to kill you.
I sure did.
The fucking thing he said.
And I
Lance is going to kill you. And then that's when he brought up the Sumerians and all that shit. We had a whole conversation about how he was like, I'm gonna show Lance, all he gotta show is this, all he gotta show is this, all he gotta do is this. The fuck are you niggas talking about?
Yep. And the morons didn't do any of it.
Yeah, man. Shit. I don't think that it is inappropriate to call ancient people under the terms black and white, just by the simple fact you just say we're talking about the Romans. Say we're talking about the Romans in the Roman Inquisition. Hold on, or refer to them as black and white. You be like, yeah, man, the Romans took over Spain and conquered Spain and did the whole Inquisition. You be like, okay, what color were those people in Spain? Oh, they were black. What color were the people in Rome? They were white.
Y'all stupid.
You're just saying shit, bro.
That's not stupid.
Y'all stupid.
This is iconoclasm at its finest.
Man,
it was just simple. That's all it was. It was very simple.
Oh, man.
We actually do that today. We use that today.
No. Y'all
niggas got y'all opinion, and it's like, okay, cool. Like, it's a lot of ways I felt like I could have lost that debate. Like, it's a lot of ways I feel like my argument wasn't just the strongest fucking argument. Right? That's like, ain't nobody saying that. But the difference between what niggas' opinions and what actually happened in the debate is the distinction in how the conversation needs to be had. There's a difference in that. Like, yeah, it's all these things that you could perceive it and look at it this way, and you could think I did this bad, and you could think he did this good. But when you're talking about a debate, especially if you're somebody that's judging it from an objective standpoint, you got to evaluate only what's been said in the fucking debate and how the shit interacted.
That's all we ever been talking about.
No, it's not, nigga.
No, it's not.
Nigga, you've been doing what you've been talking about is confirmation bias.
And your person,
I agree with this person, and this is.
I said Brown. I said you brought up Brown. You found that appropriate. That was in the debate, bro. That was in the debate. You idiot.
The last thing, like, bro,
I keep bringing up your Brown comment.
I didn't took my lunch in this debate, nigga.
I keep bringing up your Brown comment.
I ain't about to sit here and listen to niggas talk about politicized type shit, nigga.
That's not in the league said that they're rightful judges and they're going to judge it and make a video about it and post it.
Then do it, nigga. Fuck you and fuck them.
Are you serious? Hold on,
you and fuck them, pussy. Nah, it's cool, bro. Let him do it.
You wasn't going to do it, nigga.
Here's where Lance is.
Nah, you a pussy. That's why I kicked your ass, nigga. You pussy, nigga. Yeah, go down
there. He told us not to get personal, but then he started getting personal.
Enjoy your shit in the off season, nigga. Sit there and make videos about me as I continue to debate, nigga. Bitch ass nigga, bro. Niggas try to be cool.
I'm not making a video.
Be cool about shit.
People
want to make videos about shit.
He trying to push your buttons, Lance. Don't get out of character, Lance.
Fuck you, man.
Don't get out of
character. He's done. He's in the dead character. He's out of the game,
bro. Like,
that's not the point. I don't care about nobody making a video. I want to speak to something to Lance.
What you talking about? They're gonna make a video. We'll talk about.
We're talking about really like at this point. This is the third season, right? We all done left, or not all. Had people leave and arguing and did all this stuff. Like this, the squad, right? You're part of the squad at this point. I'm gonna give you advice. There wasn't no other veterans, but it wasn't no other veterans around to give me this advice, bro.
These still niggas ain't on.
That pain gonna pass, man. And then you're gonna be sitting back, realizing that you brought some flame, or you're conversating with people that's bringing flame on the league that we don't need to be doing.
No, like, right now, take that from a quitter. Now, he's telling the truth. He was in pain and he quit.
I'm not no quitter.
But the pain is over, though.
I'm not no quitter.
The pain has passed.
So let's. I ain't worried about playing.
That's exactly.
So I'm supporting him. I'm trying to tell Lance the pain is gonna go away sooner.
That's the point that I'm making. Like, I get what you're feeling, right? But even as it pertains to Yara, like he went out of his way to explain where his vote was coming from. And as Domo said, like, everybody
knows he was lying because he went out of his way to explain
everybody
why he was lying about it.
debate.
Damn, Clay.
They lied the whole decision.
Hey man, Suave, hey, you gotta get your homeboy, bro. Like,
Man, you calling people pussy and
get your
bitches.
fucking homeboy.
You calling people pussy and bitches.
Here, bro.
See, you calling
Like,
me a
this
bitch.
nigga
now.
ain't nothing but bro. For real, I am.
For me
Yeah.
saying that y'all lied about his decision, you
Yeah,
calling me a
for
bitch.
everything that you do while you here.
Hey, for me, bringing up that you mentioned the word brown and found it appropriate. You found it appropriate to say brown in the debate.
And the crazy thing about it is, it's like it's
Found it appropriate to say brown in the debate. You found it appropriate to say brown in the debate.
I don't care what. I don't care that. I mean,
appropriate to say brown in the debate, but you can't say black. You can't call
even on another level, it's niggas right now that's
It's a
trying to undermine the entire league by saying that everything is rigged. It's niggas that's quick.
You're trying to entire black race.
That's creating whole.
You're trying to undermine the entire black race.
To undermine the league, saying
you're trying to undermine the entire black race.
And so it don't surprise me that niggas is talking about that.
It don't surprise me that you undermined the entire black race.
It's just a debate.
Bro, no, hold on. Hey, no, don't ignore that nigga, bro. He begging.
He said it's just a debate, but he
begging for attention at this point. He begging for attention
that he's never got
niggas.
attention at all. I'm on here
to undermine the league. The niggas that's already flagged the channel. The niggas that's already. So what Lance is doing right now, all he doing is playing into the hand that he's
talking about the debate, and he's taking
That's what make it bitch shit. That's what make it bitch shit.
See?
Because niggas already, the first thing that niggas been saying for the last 2 fucking years, every nigga that leave SBDL, the judges is rigged.
Right.
Niggas been saying that shit for the last 2 fucking years.
And these been the same damn judges that they saying it about too.
You see?
Nobody never thought that y'all
but you know
debate,
what? But hold on, but that's what I'm saying. The same. I'm gonna do the same. When Anonymous was saying that he had the problem that he had with the judges, Lance, I'm gonna tell you the same shit. Quit then, nigga.
But I never said the joint was rigged.
I never said the
joint was rigged, though.
I
never said none of that.
You didn't.
If
you don't think you got a fair shot, leave, nigga. If you don't think you got a fair shot. If it ain't something that you think you want, because I don't know who would want to be a part of a group of people who's rigging things for only a few people.
Right.
Nobody would. Especially if it's being rigged against you.
Facts.
So if it's being rigged against you, why be a part of it?
I bet you want me to leave, my nigga. I bet you want me to leave.
He don't want you. That's the crazy thing. He don't want you to leave.
I'm gonna show y'all.
He don't want you to leave.
I'm gonna blow that whistle. That's
you see? Hold on, Anonymous. You see, he wants to be a whistleblower. He wants to be a whistleblower. He doesn't want to actually get better at
But Anonymous is always the opposite of reality.
Whistle about my nigga. It should be.
He wants to expose shit.
Anon is always the opposite of reality. You hear the man almost begging them to quit.
That's what I'm saying.
But you saying he don't want you to quit.
Out of here. How have we not learned our lesson?
Then quit too, Clay. Damn, bro. Like, what you
how have we not learned our lesson? Help me understand it. We keep dealing with bitch ass niggas. They keep doing bitch shit. They keep undermining the fucking league. We come back and then have to deal with some old hoe ass niggas.
Disrespected the whole panel.
That's my point.
But
you putting the panel. You putting the panel.
Not at all.
You putting the panel.
I'm not putting no panel nothing. I was talking about Brown. I was talking about the debate.
Why do you keep over talking everybody?
Because I was talking about the debate.
You putting the panel over the whole channel.
I'm talking about the debate.
You putting one discussion on the panel. You putting
this one debate. You putting this one debate over the whole race, over the whole black race.
What happened when you rattled the cage?
You putting this one debate over the whole black race.
You
putting your iconoclasm over the whole black race.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, time out. Wait, Lance.
You're taking it too far.
And then the nigga gonna say shaking the cage.
Hey, hold on. Hey, so what you say, Lance? You say I'm connected. That's what you say, Lance. Hold on, Lance. You say I'm connected. That's what you say. That's what you insinuate.
So important.
Hey, unmute the mic, nigga. You talking to me?
Who mute the mic?
No, he made a statement and he ain't gonna mute the mic. Talking about he rattled the cage because y'all all connected.
Is that what
Who the fuck you talking to, bro?
What does that mean?
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, he might as well be like I'm telling you, he gonna pop up on the Lex channel, on the Lex stream or a Rob stream, bitching like this.
Weird as fuck, bro.
He gonna end up over there with them niggas.
And I told you this shit was gonna happen, nigga. When niggas have been giving you advice on how to take your debate on these panels and shit, and you wasn't listening, bro. You running around here acting like you just got it all together, bro.
Yeah, man. And the thing about it is,
we need to be more humble when we doing debates and when we talking to each other, man. Because
nigga, ain't no weed, bro. Ain't no fucking weed, nigga.
You too.
Nah, nigga. Bro, listen. You a quitting ass nigga too.
Hey, understand that.
You niggas is a part of the problem. That's what I'm saying.
High blood pressure dealing with crazy black people.
Bro, but that's what I'm saying. It's you niggas that's causing the blood pressure. It's the same.
No, you're getting personal. We're talking about
you just called a couple niggas bitches and all this shit just now.
Yes,
nobody came at you looking like me. Usually, I'd have flipped out on you, said all types of shit, and then next you know, I'm having pretty good problems.
He's the bad guy.
Look, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, patience only goes so far.
Just be more respectful.
Get ready to
hold on. Why is always be more respectful whenever
it's to some motherfucker?
Because we're discussing the debate.
Bro, y'all been disrespectful the whole time.
No, we've been talking about the debate the whole time.
Nobody talking to you.
We've been talking about the debate the whole time.
That's your problem. That's your problem, bro. You think
you niggas ain't even getting out the first round.
You think you say whatever you want to say to and about people, and then when they cook your ass, now it's a problem.
My plane taking off, nigga. I get home, and get on some real bullshit.
Nobody even heard what you said.
Actually, we heard everything you said.
I said when we get home,
somebody got a TV.
That's what I said.
Nah, the nigga on the plane, bro.
Stewardess, nigga. It's the motherfucking stewardess, nigga.
He said he boarded the plane, and finally, when he get home, he get to really get on some real bullshit. Like, where are you at?
Oh, you on a plane?
Like, I mean, because this is the thing. It's like niggas. Like when I lost the Moore, that I told Khonsu respectfully, I think that was a bad decision. Respectfully, I felt like I was really. It was one of them things where it was like, all right, this nigga got to take his lumps. He can't just show up. And even if that is the case, I'm gonna show niggas that I know how to lose. I ain't no bitch ass nigga. So you could think that you could do this shit like you can vote against me and then that'll be it and I'm gonna go off and run because y'all niggas is intimidated. No, I'm gonna come right back. Nigga. You think I really think I lost the Lex? You think I really think I lost the y'all made?
I don't give a fuck about the losing the debates. I just don't like the shit talk.
I got the same record. Like,
you be one of the main cats doing it though.
Technically,
nigga, I know, nigga. That's why I stopped. No, I got that shit from y'all.
You ain't get that from
I'm telling you, I got that. I got that shit.
Yeah, y'all ain't supposed to get personal, man, about these debates, man. We're just talking about the debate.
So just
sit back and recollect my thoughts.
That's why I kept asking Domo, why are you so defensive about it's over? Like it can't be overturned.
So the question is this: so when y'all
can't be overturned.
But when y'all keep disrespecting everybody else, I mean somebody come at y'all.
There's no disrespecting going on. We're just discussing the debate. You idiot.
No, I'm talking about like name.
Right, look, watch this. Now, I take you idiot for no reason when I'm asking you a simple question as disrespect. So then when I come back and call you a homeless ass bastard that's running around here, never mind. Let me stop. See, that's what I'm saying.
Right. The spirit told you to shut that up.
I wanted to prove a point. Stupid ass.
Yeah, but there's a point. Told you to shut up.
Shut up, bro. Shut up. This is the point that I'm making. When y'all start shooting, then other people shoot back, and then you cry, nigga. That's
nobody crying.
I'm not crying right now.
All we're saying is we're trying to stay respectful, and we're talking about the debate.
Claim. Hold on. What you gotta understand, bro, is it's not respectful. It's not respectful to say that the judges is liars. Judges got it out against you, and ultimately we see like now that the league can be here for 3 seasons, going into they're about to go into the 4th. Niggas see how certain behaviors start, what it turned into, and how it end up. Niggas that lose debates and then run, and the first thing they say is they cheated me, and spend days saying they cheated me. These niggas have shown their hand.
I wasn't thinking about
that. What these niggas?
Hold on. I wasn't thinking about that. But what I want to say is, I made it known.
Everybody knows. Taking like literally flagging.
Me, Yara, and Melvin don't fuck with each other. Why would they be my judges? When I made it known to Solar,
that's not your call.
Fuck with them.
That's not your call.
Hold on, bro. Y'all, you purposely fuck with me.
You don't. Okay, you don't get to. You don't.
Bro, you would never judge me in real life, bro.
Let me explain something to you, man, so you can stop this goddamn.
Hold on, Yara. I got Yara.
Man.
As a peer.
You cannot judge properly. You clearly wasn't intelligent enough to be judging a debate. And that's the bottom line.
Hear me out, bro. Hear me out. You're hooping up.
I'm playing back in time.
Both of my debates against Orthodox more. Yo, this is back when these niggas was doing that the Yahweh War Machine shit was tight. Yo, fucking judge me in both debates against the it happened.
Hey, your shit going in and out.
Ain't nobody getting past shit. So it's limited. To get who we can get. You think I didn't know Yame was gonna vote for you? You think y'all in the chat saying how completely he just wrong? Like,
hey, your internet fucking up, or is it mine?
It is.
Like, shit,
I don't have no allegiance to you and Yame and them. I don't know them.
I don't care. I keep asking him over again why he's so defensive about a win. You know what I'm saying? But he just want to keep getting it personal, making it personal.
You're not asking him why is he so defensive about a law?
Because you're my judge. We don't get along, bro.
But let me tell you first of all, let me explain something. Let me say this.
How you call people out of their name lets me know.
Let me say this, and let me end your rhetoric. Let me say this for this panel. I judged debates this season. Nobody knows who the judges were on their debates this season, right? But let me explain something to you. There was a debate between Gideon and Lex Vortex. I judged that debate, and the deciding vote was me, and Lex Vortex won. Now, if anybody knows the history between Lex Vortex and myself,
talk about none of that, bro. That shit don't.
Lex Vortex,
hold on, man. He's killing himself again.
My point to you,
he keeps making himself look like he's an unbiased judge.
My point to you is, I judge based on the information. I voted for Lex because Lex was correct in his information. He brought a better argument.
Judges to look unbiased.
So I judge who has the better argument. You did not have the better argument.
When he broke down why he voted for Domo, it was legit. He
you didn't have the better argument. And that's period. You take it personal, but you didn't bring the better argument. And that's it. You can cry about it. You can cry about it all you want to.
Are you crazy, bro?
You can cry all you want to.
Did you say that y'all?
Matter of fact, hold on. I'm not done. Hold on. I debated in the finals in the championship debate. You know who was the deciding vote against me that I lost that debate? Domo.
Right. So you took that opportunity to make yourself look unbiased.
Now why? No. The point is, I never said Domo was biased. Kansu judged that debate. Kansu never votes for me in a debate. He never votes for me in a debate. I never call him biased. Never.
Just debate with me when you lost. You judged that one.
And I admit every time if I lost, I lost. Whether I think I lost or not. I've even had Solar come on and during after a debate and said, "Hey, brother, I think you won that debate and the judges got it wrong." And I could have, because of the rules said, I could have challenged it. I said, "You know what, Solar? Don't worry about it. It's all good, bro. It's just a loss. It's a debate. I'll see him in the playoffs." And I did that. I did that. I don't cry. You know why? You know why? Because my father raised men. My mom raised men. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. There's nothing else to it. Nothing else to it.
Well, can't nobody rebut that.
I won.
You can't rebut that, nigga.
You won, you picklehead, nigga. You won.
See?
Talking to Chad.
I know that. I'm just telling Taz he can't rebut that. So let's get an argument.
Yeah, when Taz, even though the debate with Taz on me, I felt I had a better argument with Taz, but he beat me by 2-1. Y'all were like, "Oh, this nigga Taz, like I wanted, my only reason for debating Taz was to see if he was as good as a debater as they were saying he was. And I was like, okay, yeah, he got chops. He can debate.
You started your judgment off of saying what you said, and it was not what I said.
No. How did I start off the debate?
This is stupid.
How did I start off my judgment?
You said, first off, and so I'm not going to quote you, but you basically said...
You're not going to quote me. Don't tell me what I basically said.
Play it.
You fat grandma.
Hold on. You can play it. You feel what I'm saying?
Disrespect.
See, he don't want
Nah, because...
a natural conversation.
Hey,
He don't want to
No, he does. Listen, this is called sophism, bro. They do that type of shit so that you don't continue on with your point that would expose them.
So is that what you was doing on Facebook? Hold on. Is that what you was doing on Facebook? Calling me a liar before I came on this stream?
You're a liar, bro.
And calling me wicked?
You're
before
wicked.
I came on this stream?
I'll tell you
is that what you were doing? Hold on. Is that what you were doing?
You're wicked, brother.
Answer my question. Is that what you were doing?
Bro.
Because I voted against you in the debate?
I'm going to tell y'all something. I know he's wicked because I have insight on this motherfucker and how wicked he is. I'm not going to bring it out right here. I may never bring it out. However, this motherfucker's wicked, y'all. He's wicked.
Wicked how?
I mean, you
can expose.
I'd rather
time out. Y'all know
I'd rather play the audio and show this.
Y'all know that wickedness is just.
Okay, we'll play the audio then.
This is crazy.
Play the audio. He gonna cry about this to the next debate because when the next debate happens, it's gonna be over. You're not gonna be news anymore.
Then you gonna be news?
Nigga, nobody cares, nigga. You ain't the only debate I've judged in this league or playoff debate. And the other people I judged against.
Never be able to judge it. Nobody's gonna trust it again.
Who's gonna trust what? Like because of what you say?
Nobody's.
Melvin should be promoted to head
because of what you say.
Judge, and y'all need his rights to judge stripped, nigga.
First of all, let me say this. Sue's the head judge. Let me say this to y'all, and that's because I ain't like you, Kaz. But let me help y'all out. Sue's the head judge, right? I'm the chairman of the judges. Do you know what that means for you?
That means it's fucked up for everybody.
Exactly.
Exactly. He agreed. He's an idiot.
And that's clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
And this is what Solar has said.
He agreed twice to his own bias.
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
Fuck with me is done for. You just destroyed your whole career.
That's the whole reason I said that I told Solar I didn't want him or Melvin judging me, bro. It wouldn't be a fair
Watch this. Why do you think we wouldn't give you a fair judgment?
Because we don't get a fucking long on the panel.
No. Why do you think we wouldn't give you a fair judgment?
You said I hate to hear Lance's voice.
Yeah, I do like to hear your voice. I said it about you.
Hold on. So how can you fairly judge me when you already biased?
What they got to do with they ain't got nothing to do with your information.
Man, get out of here, bro. What does
that have to do with your information?
You never judged my information.
I did.
No, you never judged my information, brother.
Did you hear my ruling? It was based on your information.
Yeah, it was not based on real information.
It was based on your information, not your voice.
No, it wasn't. You said that the ancients were never called themselves colors, and Lance showed it multiple times in the debate. And so
I didn't say that. I didn't say that was incorrect.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Where did I say that
was enough for you to dismiss all of Lance's evidence?
Where did I? Hold on. I'm asking the question. Where did I say that was incorrect?
You said Domo said that the ancients never called themselves colors.
Hold on, stop. That's not what Domo said. That's not what Domo said. Domo I gave specific. Be quiet, bro. I gave specifics. Domo said that ancient Egyptians never referred to themselves by race.
No, you said by color.
By race.
Bro, first of all, Domo said ancient Egyptians never referred to themselves by race in today's referring to today's social construct. That's
exactly.
Right,
that's correct.
What I said, bro.
I agree with that. So I agree with.
But you gave Domo points on that matter.
Well, I gave you points on it too. What are you talking about? What makes you think? Claim, I'm talking. You're not important, you claim at all.
Stop repeating yourself.
I'm talking to Lance right now. What makes you think you didn't get points on that? And I'm gonna prove to you that I gave you points on that. What was Snowden's position? What did he say that I gave you credit for?
No, bro. It ain't nothing you can
answer my question.
It ain't nothing you can say, man.
No, answer my question.
You can get out of this.
Are you going to answer my question or no?
You can say to get out of this.
You know why you won't answer my question? Because the source that you brought out with Snowden is exactly what I agree with in my assessment of your debate at the end.
No,
exactly
bro. What you did was agree with Domo that the ancient Egyptians did not refer to themselves as being black. And that's a fucking fallacy.
I didn't say that because that's not what he said.
You did, bro.
He said they didn't determine themselves by a race.
I got it right here.
And they didn't determine themselves as a black race of people. They only used the term black as a description of themselves. It had nothing to do with their race.
You just keep killing yourself.
It had nothing to do. Listen, Claim, it had nothing to do with their race.
All three of you agreed that it had nothing to do with their race.
No, it had nothing to do with their race. That's just how they were describing
the people because it's their description. Yes, that was Lance's argument that he was.
Listen, bro. That's what he kept saying, and they both agreed with that statement.
Nah, man,
where he went wrong is that he introduced race into the debate.
No, I never. Listen, race can be in the debate, but race
it can't. It can't be in the debate when you say that it's non-sequitur.
Race can be in the debate, but it cannot be according to today's constructs.
It can't be because you said race didn't exist in ancient times. So it can't be.
No, bro, you're lying.
I'm lying? You didn't say that? You didn't say that?
Yeah, you're lying, bro.
You didn't say race you didn't say race didn't exist in ancient times.
Yeah, you're lying. I did not say that.
You never said that.
I never said that.
Then you lost the debate.
As we know it today, did not exist in the minds. They didn't have these experiences.
Then race didn't exist.
It cannot exist in the paradigm that it does today.
Right. So you're saying that race didn't exist in ancient times.
Hey, you're lying. Shut up, bro. It was clearly racist in ancient times.
You just said it wasn't, bro.
Racist in ancient times.
Bro, no, they did not.
Look, bro. This is your
something to you.
If anybody wants to understand how they look, if they would have used or defined anything close to race in ancient times, it was only based on kinsmanship and who you were related to. It had nothing to do with your skin color. It had nothing to do with skin color.
You cannot make this a racial debate. Why do you keep trying to put critical race theory inside of this?
Because you made it a racial debate.
Listen, I'll tell you why. He's keep talking about no one is talking about the after effects, or what was he saying? The outcome of the outcome don't matter, bro. Is it a
the outcome of what?
The outcome of calling somebody black or referring to people as black or white in the ancient times.
Were they referring to their race in ancient times?
No, because I showed how in Greece you have people with dark color and you can have people with light color. And then you even just said race complexion does not denote race, bro. So how are you going to come with the same argument? You're dead.
I agree with that.
No,
that's
bro,
the same
that
argument
was
Domo made.
Domo's argument.
No, that was the same argument Domo made.
Y'all see this
shit? And you still don't get it.
See this shit, right?
Domo made that exact same argument you did. So I didn't take points away from you for saying race didn't exist in ancient times. Your problem was that no, I didn't. Your problem was, bro, you didn't stick to that premise.
Nah,
do you understand
I
that?
stuck to the premise quite well.
No, you did not, bro. You contradicted yourself. Go back and listen to the rapid fire. Go back and listen to both rapid fires, yours and his. You clearly contradicted your premise. And when you contradict your premise, it doesn't matter what the hell round it is. Once you contradict your premise, your debate is over.
You're supposed to lose one round.
No, it's not a round, you dummy, and that's why you're not a debater. You can't contradict your premise. It doesn't matter when you say it.
You talked about that Domo brought out logical fallacies, that he was using logical fallacies, but you never named what logical fallacy.
Right, you just can't shout out fallacy. You're unstudied. You're unstudied when you say, oh, that's a fallacy. That's all you're doing is calling him a liar.
Take a point for that.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
You never call. That's all you're doing is calling him a liar. You say, oh, that's a fallacy. You just called him a liar. You didn't academically point out what fallacy it was. Was it a Texas sharpshooter fallacy? Was it a hasty generalization? Was it appeal to authority? Was it a reasoning? What was it?
I didn't have to.
You never called it. You're gonna lose every time.
No, because I showed how he was.
It doesn't matter. You made a statement that something was a fallacy, and you never pointed out what was the fallacy.
Some shit again, y'all. He don't want it to come out. Listen,
bro, you gotta say what the fallacy is, bro. Like you need help.
I thought you did.
You need help.
But again, I felt there was.
Go look at my debates and Domo's debates when we say things are fallacies. We name what those fallacies are. As simple as that. You just can't say something is a fallacy and then don't say what the fallacy is.
The slide, the very end of his slide at that mark, the very last statement stuck out, and I believe he stuck with his premise. Basically, it says conflating ethnic and diversity and erasing cultural significance.
And that's what you did through your whole debate. He killed you
on that aspect. Just a short synopsis of that.
That was Domo.
And then going through his.
I know it was. He was talking about what you were doing as an idiot.
That's what I did.
The 19-minute, 24-second.
Yeah. You were conflating
about how the Egyptians had no concept of race.
So Thank you.
Would not have referred to themselves as blacks as we do in modern times.
Thank you.
With race and the concept in which we saw Lance constantly saying it's not a sequitur, but then come back in a rapid fire round and then present pictures dealing.
Y'all see that?
With race. You killed yourself.
No, bro. No.
You killed yourself.
No, bro, you're lying because that's not what
you killed yourself. You keep saying that ain't what I said. You just keep playing it back.
You added today. You added that on there. He said that they did not have a concept of race. Period.
So you want to let them see how that works?
Period. You
added what on where?
Bro.
You kept, bro. You said it yourself.
Domo said that they didn't refer to themselves as black, and you agreed. And just made it, bro. What? I need to play it again.
Yeah, Teddy, you can play it 1,000 times.
In dealing with,
I don't know why you acting retarded.
And the concept, and
you need to listen harder.
No, you need to listen.
Constantly saying, if as blacks as we do in modern his premise round at the 19-minute 24-second mark, he talked about how the Egyptians had no concept of race. So they would not have referred to themselves as blacks as we do in modern times. Or
see how you added that on there?
No, you said that.
No, you're talking about Domo.
No, I'm not. Rewind the debate so you can listen to what I'm saying. Rewind it.
Bro.
You're an idiot.
Chill out.
You're an idiot.
Bro.
Rewind it so you can hear it.
Bro.
That's 2 strikes.
Rewind it so you can hear it. You're an idiot.
Minute 24-second mark.
Now listen carefully.
How the Egyptians had no concept of race.
No, rewind it, bro, before that.
And then goes conflating ethnic and diversity and erasing cultural significance. I think Domo.
How is that
3 minute 13.
How is that significant, bro? How is the effects significant to the fucking topic?
Because that kills your whole argument, bro. It kills your whole argument. You're not that smart, man. Be honest with you, bro. You're just not.
There's conflating ethnic and diversity and erasing cultural significance. I think Domo sort of built on that aspect just a short.
Where did that concept come from? He's taking that today concept and applying it to the ancient times, bro. How do you agree with that?
That's not what he did.
Yes, he did, man.
That is not what he did.
Going through his premise round at the 19-minute 24-second mark, he talked about how the Egyptians had no concept of race. So they would not have referred to themselves as blacks as we do in modern time.
See that? That's not. You see how he did that?
No, that's what Domo said. That was Domo's argument. That was Domo's argument.
Bro.
That was Domo's argument.
We'll play it. That's okay. Let's continue. You're liars.
All you gotta do is go to the timestamp. I gave you the timestamp and go back and see if that's what Domo was saying. But you're not gonna do that, are you?
Saw Lance constantly saying it's non sequitur, but then
thank you.
In a rapid fire round and then present pictures dealing with trying to identify people.
No, that was stupid.
Which denotes race.
What
are you talking about?
I hear that shit?
You keep saying that complexion does not denote race over and over and over again. So you keep contradicting yourself.
And then you came back and judge me on that. See, that's what I'm talking about. This the
y'all so you claim like, bro. Y'all two cats is the dumbest dudes in the universe.
But then come back in the rapid fire.
He's showing. He's with Yara was explaining how Lance was contradicting himself.
People by the color of
their skin. They don't get that. They don't get it.
Skin, which denotes race. That's what he believes, and he judging me.
What?
Okay, so. While you were judging, you had forgot the concept that a description is not denoting race. But on the show, you're telling us that descriptions do not denote race in the ancient times.
No, nigga, I didn't forget that. I only judge what the debaters tell me. That's what he said.
The whole debate, Lance has said over and over again that description does not denote race.
Yes, and thank you, Clay. But then he comes right back and he starts to talk about race. Y'all missing that point. His issue
wasn't judging from his understanding. He was judging from what the debaters were saying.
Right. It ain't got nothing to do with. It ain't got nothing to do with my understanding. Whether or not I know the truth or not, I don't care who's right or who's wrong. All I care about is how the debaters are engaging each other. I don't care if Lance come with the smallest information in the universe. If he makes a better argument,
Good job, Lance.
he didn't do that. And it's unfortunate. He just didn't do that.
40-year-old simpleton Ghanaian orphan. Can Met refer to black land of the rich?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's the truth. That's the truth. I'm not lying. That's the truth. What are you talking about?
The determinative Kamuyu means blacks. Was
Right.
descriptive of their complexion.
Right. Not their race.
All right.
What are you talking about?
Complexion does not, I repeat, does not denote race.
Right. It doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't.
All right.
I don't disagree with that. What are you talking about?
Don't disagree with that.
Non sequitur.
That was his argument.
Rapid
The
fire
whole debate.
dealing with
It doesn't matter if you said it
by
5 or 6 times in the debate. He contradicted it.
No.
non sequitur, but then come back in the rapid fire round and then present pictures dealing with trying to identify people by the color of their skin, which denotes
Right. When you identify someone, that's
He's
race.
saying it's denoting race. You're using your own understanding, saying that
No,
denotes
I'm
race.
not. I'm using the
He never
understanding.
argued.
I'm
He never
using the
argued that
understanding from both debaters.
Shut up, bro.
I'm using the information presented by both debaters.
Yeah, but you disagree
That's
with
it.
the other debater, you
So
idiot.
what I disagree with him? Nobody presented. Lance didn't bring that out. Lance didn't bring that out.
That was his entire argument. The whole
It doesn't matter, but he
It does
contradicted
matter what his entire argument was.
No,
the
it
entire
doesn't.
debate.
Once he contradicts his premise, it's
He
over.
never contradicted himself.
Yes, he did, bro. When he said race matters, and he tried to present that as an argument to Domo, that race matters. Like, how do you define these people?
That's a description.
No, bro, it's not a descriptive.
How would you describe
It's not a descriptive. He asked them about an observation on
How
phenotype.
would you describe the people? Then he said, in modern day times, we would call them black, and so that's why they called themselves black back in the day.
dealing with
But that's wrong.
identify people
That's wrong.
color of their skin.
It ain't about
You
wrong,
dummy.
it's about
That's
teachers,
wrong. That's what I'm telling you, Plain. That's wrong.
Dealing with trying
That's
to
how he contradicted
You
himself.
took your own understanding.
No, I
You
didn't take my
leaned on
own
your own
anything.
understanding.
I didn't give anything. I read. How did I get my own understanding when I read to you exactly what the debater said and gave the timestamps? All you got to do is go to my timestamps and listen to what the debater said.
out the entire debate.
But he wants to play my judgment. Go back and listen to what the debater said. That's all you got to do.
You said that it's wrong. You said it's wrong for the ancient to call a description a race. That's what you said. You said
No, that's not what I said.
You said that 20 times during this conversation.
That's not what I said.
You said that description
I repeat, does not
does not denote race.
Yeah,
Right. Complexion does not know race.
And he keeps reminding you what you said over and over again.
But
And I
y'all,
just
you
said
still
that.
miss. That's not the point.
No,
Complexion does
the
not
point
denote race.
The point is that you
The
don't pay
point
attention.
is that he
The point is that
contradicted
you don't pay
himself.
attention and you don't deserve.
Identify
He
people
contradicted himself, but it don't really matter because Claim, you're not debating. You ain't in the playoffs because you're a bum.
dealing
And
with
Lance is not in it because he lost to Domo.
by the color of their skin, which denotes race.
That's the bottom line.
That was a base. So that
Come
was
on, man.
back in the rapid fire round and pictures dealing with trying to identify.
Complexion does not, I repeat, does not denote race.
Right, it doesn't. But
Right,
so
but you kept saying that Domo made the argument that it does denote race.
that is not what I said, and I never said Domo made that argument.
You just said it 2 seconds ago. You
Going through his
No, I did
You
not.
said, I'm using the understanding of the debaters, and Domo said it does denote race. So I agree with Domo.
No. That's not what I
And
said.
Lance is
That's not what I said.
contradicting himself by
That's not
saying
what
that
I
complexion
said. I
does not
said
denote
both of
race.
them made the same statement.
or
They made the exact same statement.
This is why he's calling you a liar multiple times.
That's why I'm being allowed multiple times.
Because
They made the exact same statement, but
keep
Domo
making the
didn't
mistake.
contradict himself.
You keep making the
Grandma
mistake
did.
of lying.
dealing trying to
Keep making the mistake of lying.
He contradicted himself.
which
Keep making the
I
mistake
don't
of
care how
lying.
many times he replay it. It's gonna be the same thing.
Man, just because I'm laughing at that old grandma joke, it don't mean you're right at all.
No, hey man, you gotta hear what he's really saying before you start. You know what I mean? Thinking that you're right about Yara making a mistake. You know what I mean? Thinking that he was judging from his own perspective.
All right,
He wasn't.
let's listen again.
concept of race.
Hey, I'm telling you, Lance, he was judging you about what you said. I heard what he said. I listened.
You got
Yesterday,
to
brother.
listen a lot.
You
You
ain't gotta
listening
do all
very
this.
carefully.
Second mark,
Hey, you ain't gotta do all
You
this.
keep
You
saying
contradicted
he's
yourself
incorrect.
yesterday.
race.
Oh my God. You keep
times.
saying he's contradicting himself when
He did.
that's why he keeps repeating
I am not contradicting myself.
that's why he
He's
keeps repeating
contradicting
the
himself.
Like,
sound
Bro,
bite.
you know what, Judge? You know what, Yara? I told you, bro.
What you want, Grandma? I agree with that statement that you were making. That there was no concept of black and white. But you contradicted yourself.
First of all, you said the Egyptians did not call themselves black.
How did he contradict himself?
Listen to what I said. That's not
Y'all
what
been
I
talking
said.
for 5 hours and you still don't understand
How did he contradict himself?
Thank you for
Because
asking
he
the question.
never explained.
Thank you.
explained.
Right. Everybody been explaining it to him except
How
you.
did he contradict himself?
Let me explain it to you again. Right? Watch this. When Lance says there is black and white does not denote race, right? In ancient times. I agree.
That's not what I said. See there?
Man, come on. You keep trying to grab on every word. We know what he's saying, bro.
It's important because that's not what I said.
No, it's not important.
Watch this. Stop. Please. What did you say then, Lancey?
Come on, Yara, man.
He said, white and black denoting race is non-sequitur to this debate.
Hold on. When you give Lance the mic, I hate people that do that. Just answer this question. What did you say? Repeat what you said in the debate.
I said.
No, I hate people. I'm saying I hate people that do what Lance is doing too. I said that when you give him the mic, he don't want to say nothing.
No, but you asked me a question. Who poses? First, it has to process.
Oh my God! Come on, Lancey. What did you say?
First, I said black and white as a race is non sequitur in this debate. Yet, still, the term black and white.
He gonna read his whole opening.
See how you interrupted?
Because he's immature.
Y'all asked you to read your whole opening.
He's immature. He's biased. That's just about life.
We didn't ask you to do that.
He's never going
I didn't ask you to read your whole opening, bro. Like nobody cares, bro.
Your name is Mud.
Man, nobody's gonna care because you lost the debate to Domo, bro. Nobody in the universe cares, bro.
The most I care. You care about.
No, he don't, bro. He got bigger fish to fry. He got bigger fish to fry.
Bro, every idle word, bro. Stop
he got bigger fish to fry, bro. And don't use the Most High's name in vain talking about your busted ass debate.
I never said that. You're a judge, bro.
Because
I judged your debate righteously.
You were disingenuous.
It was not righteous. That was the righteous judgment I ever seen.
So again,
your name is Mud, bro.
So again, Mud to who? You? Like nobody cares about what you say, bro.
What you did today, you're dead, bro.
Nobody cares about what you say, Lance. I want you to get that. No one cares.
Well, if somebody care enough to motherfucker want to judge it with other people on the panel that are actual judges.
I would hope that they would. I hope Nyame takes your debate and go back because he agreed with you. That's fine. No problem. I could care less. You know how many times that's been done in this league, bro? Hold on. Do you know how many times that's been done in this league? Have you listened to me, Lance? Do you know how many times that's been done in this league? So you're telling us a pattern that you have. Not with me. I'm talking about with what we saying. You jackasses. Right. And somebody's gonna go back and review it today. A record. That's what I'm saying. You sissies. That somebody's gonna go back and review a debate. Do you know how many times people have done that? People go back and review debates all the time, bro.
So check this out.
What you're saying is nothing important.
If it's a pattern, y'all niggas could go somewhere where it's not a pattern.
We're gonna get about the whole league, bro.
Blah.
All right, man, we can.
Blah.
Domo.
Yes, I want you to leave. I'm done with it. I want you. I know how.
No, Anon said you don't want them to leave.
Listen, go over there with them. Whoever those judges that you talk about, go and do a debate league with them. I'm sure all the judges will be righteous, bro.
I'm pretty sure you would like for me to go.
Yeah. So you shut the fuck up, nigga. So you shut the fuck up.
Got a lot of help, bro.
These niggas think he's important, bro. Like, around, bro. Ain't nobody checking for you, lad.
They will be.
Why? Because of this debate?
Nah, hell no, bro. Let me tell you something, y'all, Rob.
What you want to tell me, Grandmama?
Yeah.
Y'all get some comedians for real, bro. What you trying to tell me, Grandmama? I'm gonna start calling this nigga Medea.
Black skin and certain Ethiopians have.
Put that baby on the mic.
Black skin. Okay, what does that mean? So are Ethiopians the same as the Greeks?
Certain Greeks come from the stock of Ethiopia.
Listen to the contradiction claim.
The original Greeks come from.
So you would label the Greeks black?
No, I would.
Would you label the Romans black?
That construct didn't exist then. The black construct that you're trying to get me to say.
So you wouldn't label the people that you call them dark black. You're saying that you wouldn't label them black because that
would describe them as having black skin.
Hold on, you're literally saying, I asked you would you call the Greeks black, and you said no. So it's inappropriate to call the Greeks black. So it's inappropriate to call the Greeks black.
No, it is not inappropriate to call the Greeks.
Hold on, pause it right there. Pause it, please. Thank you. Pause it, please.
It's totally
because look,
black and white.
Immediately when I asked him, hold on, who's playing? Please pause. Because you know this is what niggas try to confuse you.
You said no because that term didn't exist at that time. You just said.
Yeah, because you're trying.
So if you wouldn't call them black because that term didn't exist,
I'm not about to.
Is it appropriate?
Okay, I pause it.
Niggas, like, listen, I see that you. I see the same word bro. Ask you a simple question.
Malak, is you there? Pause the thing. Malak.
It's not going to work. You can't.
This is what you do.
Hey, Swab, beat that nigga, Mike.
I did. Look, because what I'm trying to say is that, like, my first argument was it is inappropriate to call ancient people black or white because it's ahistorical and inaccurate. That's my first argument. Ahistorical means it lacks historical context, and y'all know what inaccurate means. So if I ask you, hold on. So if I ask you, would you call ancient Greeks black? And you say no, because they didn't have that position, they didn't have that thing at that time, then that would mean that it would be inappropriate to refer to them as that term because they didn't have it at that time. It's that fucking simple. It's really that fucking simple. When you said no, the debate was, when I said, would you call ancient Greeks black? You said no. That means that it's not appropriate. It doesn't fit. It's ill-suited and improper to use that term for those people. You conceded to that. That was the kill shot. You was done. Because even if you had other arguments that you had offense on, you just undermined your own credibility. Now you showed yourself as somebody who don't understand the shit you're talking about.
Was a kill. Hold on. What was the kill shot again?
He said that you answered the question no. He said, would you call the ancient Greeks black? And you said no.
Okay. And what's the matter with that again?
Because that's your whole debate is that the ancient people are called black.
No, because you're trying to get me
and they call themselves black
to submit to the constructs that they have today. You ask me
Klein, help him understand, Klein. Help him understand.
Listen, okay, so your debate is that the ancients referred to themselves as black. And so when he asked you, would you refer to the ancient as black? You said no.
He said Greeks.
Right. That's still ancient, nigga. And so you said no. So he stayed right there like Solar would in the Shucklebuck. And didn't move.
Now claim. Is that a contradiction?
No, because he had an explanation behind it. But the soundbite is clear that he said no. So Domo amplified the what you call that thing?
The contradiction.
The contradiction. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but the explanation clarified what could be perceived as a contradiction, but Domo down just kept amplifying your answer was no. You shouldn't have never said no. You should say, yes, I would call the ancient Greeks black.
Finish listening to the line.
Hold on. I want to rewind that to be sure that he said no. You got that time step again, Domo? I want to hear the no part.
Oh, that was me.
Like, yeah, you still got it?
Yeah, I still got it.
Go ahead, play it back.
All right.
Freaking Greeks come
the original Greeks come from.
So you would label the Greeks black?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you label the Romans?
You idiot!
There it is.
But the explanation behind it was perfect. But you should have said yes with that perfect explanation. You idiot! And he stayed right there and stomped her face in the ground with that.
Listen to what I said.
You idiot. So y'all took the entire debate from you because you contradicted yourself.
Thank you. That's all I've been saying.
Yeah.
That's all I've been saying.
Take one round from him.
No, but that one statement right there contradicts his whole premise. Right. Because what was his premise claim?
That it's appropriate to call ancient people black.
And what did he just say in that round?
That's not the premise.
He said it's not a.
Yes, it is the premise.
I would not call the ancient people black.
Hold on,
that's
let's
not
see
the
what
premise.
you say the premise is now.
Is it appropriate to use the terms black and white to refer to ancient people? That's why I made so many different references in the antiquity.
So when he say, hold on. So when he said the debate was, is it appropriate to refer to ancient people as black and white? What did he say wrong?
No, that's not what I said.
No, when he said, listen, you don't listen. You don't listen. And even if you don't notice it, we see the dozens of fucking, like, listen. He said, Claim, y'all asked Claim, what was the title of the debate? He said, is it appropriate to refer to ancient people as black and white? You said, no, that's not it. The debate title is it appropriate to use the terms black and white to refer to ancient? What is the difference, bro?
Listen, bro, he said, is it appropriate to call black and white? That's not the...
Are you saying call and refer? Are you saying call and refer is not synonymous?
The debate is about
he didn't even say.
The subject is the terms black and white. The adjective is make reference to.
Man, this nigga think we slow.
Nigga, that ain't no adjective.
Hey, so I'm gonna need everybody to keep that same energy towards Lance now, right? Because it's clear
why these judges voted the way they did. And now y'all just
But he
heard
had
it.
an explanation behind the no, though.
And now y'all just heard it. But now y'all acting like, oh, it's obvious.
Oh man, y'all don't get it, bro. We're not
No,
talking.
you don't get it. It's okay, bro.
Right.
Yeah, he stuck your head in with that slip of the tongue. You
We're
should
not talking
have
about
never said that.
black and white, bro. It is. Is it appropriate to use the terms black and white to refer to ancient people? That's why I said the 4 different ways that I chose to refer to ancient people: in skin color, in morality, in sexual. These are references.
Hold up. Let me give you a comparison of what you're talking about, right? All that you just said is comparable to you saying, no, we should not refer to ancient peoples as black and white, based on that question that Domo asked you. Then, when you said no, you had an explanation behind it saying that you're trying to make it a modern construct of black and white. And I'm trying to keep it in the past as a descriptive situation. So I heard that, but the judges did not hear you say that. So you should have never said no, because it gave Domo an opportunity to amplify your no answer.
And that's what everybody said cost him the debate. Everybody that had that was rooting for Lance or hold on, listen, bro, because you're not listening. Everybody
that's that rookie shit. That's what we're talking about.
Everybody that said, bro, you like Moore got on here and said you dropped it at the 1 yard line. Everybody said, bro, you had it and then you killed yourself in a rapid fire.
So wait a minute.
Domo himself even said, watch this. Don't watch this.
Domo agree with you. So
Watch this, bro.
Why didn't he lose the debate?
Stop yelling, bro. Listen.
No,
Domo,
he agreed the entire
stop yelling and listen.
But why is you grabbing for another branch? You're dead.
Stop
Float away. Stop grabbing for branches. It's called death. God damn. How many branches you gonna swing at?
It said float away.
Yeah.
Like, this is wild, bro.
That's wicked. Hey, listen,
and that's why I played that version.
That's a rookie mistake, Lance. Just remember this lesson, bro. Yeah, that's a rookie mistake, bro.
Thank you, Akmalak. And thank you, A9, for that breakdown. And you as well, as Claim. And I told A9 this about you, Claim, even though I probably hated to say it. I said, if you actually show Claim the evidence he's looking for, he will acquiesce to the point if you bring him the source. Didn't I say that about him, A9?
Yeah, and I disagreed, but he was having that.
I said it, though. You know what I'm saying?
But I said it. I said, Claim, at least Claim will, if you show him the source, he'll say, okay, yeah, you showed me a source. Okay, now I can go back and look at it. Well, yeah, I agree. And that was in a private conversation.
He'll do that for everybody but me. I can show him the secret of the ooze. He gonna say, he gonna look. This is what he gonna say. He gonna laugh and say, "So what, stupid nigga?"
You lying ass nigga. Stop it, man. Slander don't work on me. Magic don't work on me.
He gonna look.
That's why I just went on the debate.
He gonna be like, I know you think you said what you think you know, but you don't know shit.
That ain't you.
No, he got no. He's not an impressionist. See, my homeboy Avion Crockett is an impressionist. He's not an impressionist.
That's what you would say. Oh.
Sheesh.
Hey, your game is funny, nigga.
Oh, I'm just saying, in the debate.
You say all the time.
Man. Yeah, probably on the panels, yeah. Because y'all be so contentious, my damn heart rate be going through the roof, and I'll be like,
nah, nigga, niggas contentious because you started shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, man, people be having health problems dealing with people in debates.
I need to get y'all shit together, man. Hey, but,
we needed to have the physicals before the debate.
No, niggas need to be calm down with that extra shit.
What Lance needs to do is just understand what happened and grow from it, bro. Bro, you contradicted yourself. Hey, listen, hey, watch
my mistake. Because listen, now let me ask you this, Lance. Would you refer to as ancient people as black? Or ancient Greeks as black?
You would refer to them as having black complexion.
Right. So that's what you should have said. You shouldn't have said, no, I would not refer to them as black, because you're trying to make it a modern day concept of race. That was your explanation, and I understood that.
Bro, that's what I said. Stop playing.
Hey, look, bro. This the issue. All right. That's the difference between the regular season and the playoffs. In the playoffs, you can get knocked out
every little stumble.
But especially in the rapid fire. Now the other problem, because there's no shuffle button.
You're debating an expert grand wizard of lying. So
but the other part is this:
how to listen. You don't listen to us on the panel, so you got to listen to your debater, nigga. Your opponent.
That's an excellent point. But the other part is this: you made little mistakes throughout the debate, and they added up. That's all, bro. I'm telling you, like, we was watching it, like, yo, he got a chance. Even after the print, like, oh, he cooking a little bit. I wish you would have had more energy, but you was putting forth your point.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rebuttal came.
And you didn't say one time. That's what I was amazed at.
But then
that means you rehearsed it many times to get all the uhs out.
The rebuttal came and it got a little shaky.
Hey, how y'all like just automatically talk over each other?
No, it's not that. It's just that Lance can hear me, but he hates
I was in the middle of talking to Lance.
Yeah, he was in the middle of talking to Lance.
Yeah, but when somebody hates you, they can't hear you.
Bro, that's not your call, though.
Bro, you always do this, too.
He not, like, we all listening on the panel, bro.
I said Lance can't hear y'all because
but we all
he thinks y'all together.
Okay, that's fine. So and I'll finish his point.
And I don't care enough to keep going, bro. They got it. I'm straight.
I'm telling you, face to face, head up, and you dealing with a goddamn expert. That's like in a fight, like a boxing match or MMA, and you fighting a trained fighter. Any little slip will get you knocked the folks smooth out. So that's what happened with Domo. He's a trained expert debater, and you didn't answer correctly. Right now, the debate is over. I just asked you the exact same question Domo asked you, and you said, yes, I would refer to Tim as black. But in the debate, you said no. And Domo knows to stay right there.
Yeah, and that's what he closed on. He closed on that fact right there, too.
Right.
That's it. And that's what, man.
And that's what the judges, that's what the judges said, too. Yeah.
And and when I got on the panel, I also said this, that Lance had some great points that he didn't stick on. He had some great points. He had Domo on the black Jews when he brought that out. He had Domo on the critical race theory when he brought that lady out and how she used that and tied that back to ancient times. But he just breezed over him. All you had to do.
It was still said in the debate, though.
I used those to respond to him.
Listen, bro.
I used that to rebuke what he was saying.
If you stop yelling and stop trying to be combative, you'll learn something. Those 2 points right there. Those 2 points right there in the debate. When you see you got and see, this is the problem when you got a debater who's just reading and only cares about what he's saying instead of paying attention to his opponent. Because if he was paying attention to Domo, you would have noticed he was rattled with that information.
That's a fact.
But you kept moving. Once you see your opponent is rattled with some information, you bite and you don't let go. And that's what he did to you in the rapid fire round. And instead of you keep trying to come at us instead of learn, you still trying to argue a point that makes no sense. Because you kept going. It didn't even have any effect on the debate.
What are you talking about, nigga? My shit
was talking about debate tactics.
He still don't get it.
No, he's talking about debate. He's talking about debate tactics. So your information, everybody in the world agrees with your information. But your debate tactics,
bro, this
debate tactics was not thorough enough.
Black. Y'all right, you dead, bro. You're the wackest motherfucking judge out here, bro. And Melvin's a
That's a
fucking
fact.
period. Bottom
No,
line.
Melvin need to
I
be
don't
the
know
head
your
judge.
name, bro, but I
Claim
agree
you
with
ain't
some
shit.
areas and some
For real.
areas.
I want to point that out to you. I want you to know that.
I'm serious. I'm
I
so
want you to
serious right
know
now.
that.
Look,
Man.
I'm
look,
so
I
sincere
told
right now.
I told
you y'all
you
run like that, but you
I don't
pussy
care
for
who
that.
I take Kansu over all.
You pussy for that.
He's more honest.
Hey,
Y'all
Lance. Hey,
switching
Hey,
Lance.
bro.
Melvin
Hey, Lance.
Let me tell you
Hey,
something, bro.
Lance. Hey, Lance. Hey, real talk. Stop, bro. Stop.
He's not.
I'm
He's
your
not.
brother. I'm your brother, bro. Like real
Distinction
talk.
between debate
I
skills.
really am. Hey, Claim, shut up.
He's
Lance.
not understanding the difference between
Claim,
debate
shut
skills
up. Stop cutting me off.
and the
Please.
truth.
All right, respect.
Always
Respectfully.
lose.
Stop.
If
Hey,
you
respectfully.
don't,
Stop cutting me off. Like,
if
man
you
to man.
don't,
Come on, bro. It's
let it
annoying,
talk.
bro. Like, you keep doing it. Stop. Hey, Lance. Brother to brother, man. Stop, bro. Let it go. We hear you. I hear that you upset, but you wrong on this one, fam. Right? You wrong on this one. Let it go, bro. Like, keep your dignity and let it go, bro. Real talk, all right?
He know he gave it up. He know he gave it up. I'm ready to see who he's sitting on who he's sitting on the panels with next, talking about SVDL is rigged.
Man, who cares?
You already
You
know
gonna see.
that shit
You
down.
gonna
That's
see.
always gonna happen. That's always gonna happen.
And you already been invited. I turned that bullshit down, my nigga.
Melvin asked for the lead.
You don't fucking know me.
Nah, bro, go ahead.
But
I
go
think it's
ahead.
called
You got
Dragon.
the video.
The link is pinned to the top of the chat.
What it is.
It definitely
Hold
is.
on.
I just put it
Hold on.
Dragon
So
players.
somebody else invited you to their league?
Yeah, you know Lex got a
You want to be a little baby lizard?
Lexi Dexy got a lead.
He want to be a little
that is
baby lizard.
sad, dog.
Yeah,
Shout out to Dragon.
That's
look,
disgusting.
yeah.
Shout
What
out
was
to
that?
Dragon.
I don't even fuck with Lex. Out your damn mind, nigga.
Ain't nobody else left on that he knows.
I never met them before on our panel. I don't think they're part of this circle.
They not, nigga.
This nigga lying.
That's why they want you. 'Cause you ain't
nobody checking for this debate.
Hey, look. All I'm saying is this, bro. I ain't trying to knock you. I want you to get better. I think you could be really good next year. But you got to lose somebody that's not hearing. Like, you can still remain arrogant and confident or whatever, but you don't be hearing nothing, bro. And people be trying to tell you how to debate. People trying to tell you how to debate. There were some things that you missed in that debate, bro.
The truth is shut down all the time in debates. The truth don't matter in the debate at all. It's about your skills.
But if you can present the truth very skillfully, you'll kill people all the time. That's the difference.
Right. It makes your debate easier to be telling the truth, but you still gotta have skills.
That's why Madonna in a whole bunch of trouble, because he got to come in and lie, and he ain't got no skills.
I mean, the thing is, this is
I had to get that one off real quick.
And let them all get it in. Let them all get it in.
The thing about it is, this is actually like this conversation is actually a real conversation in archaeology. Like it's like people debate whether in like the purpose of the conversation of race, whether it's important, all that type of like this is a real conversation. You feel me? Like so, like I get that niggas is like this is the circle where we at, right? Like this is conscious niggas. This is the ain't no talking about Dr. Ben and all that other shit. Like that's what this is, and like that's why I'm like I knew when y'all was gonna vote for that nigga, and that was cool. I was cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I already knew that. For example, cognitively. From a mindset, I already knew that I had a uphill to climb to get people to kind of even see like where that makes sense. I had the uphill fight, nigga. Like that's why, nigga. That's the only reason niggas is like, yeah, you really had them. Because shit, nigga, like like our culture was on your side.
You really picked that debate because you thought you was gonna be able to peg the critical race theory out front, bro.
No, hey, listen, your predictions have failed you thus far. So stop thinking you know what the fuck I do. Your predictions have failed.
Then we
I
had
use all anthropology. And even let me say this: your grasp of critical race theory is elementary at best, nigga. Elementary at best.
You kept trying
because you wouldn't even understand it. You wouldn't even understand the fucking argument on behalf of why a critical race theorist would argue that we do need to remove the term from our lexicon in terms of the epistemological basis behind it. But you don't know them words.
Big word debate.
You don't know them words though, so that's why. You feel me? I did you a favor, man.
We need a horn or something for a big word alert.
That's
Big word debate. That's a good one. Right, and then Suave put it up on the screen.
Yeah, look, there you go. Nah, bro. I mean, listen, I really, I mean, like, that's the thing. I took the debate, really wanting to analyze this nigga's perspective. He did the right thing by exploding the topic. He did the right thing. That is a good strategy. I'm not saying he shouldn't have done that. But my rebuttal didn't really make sense until the rapid fire because I hedged my bets. Like, see, I'm thinking about this shit differently from y'all. I'm trying to see if we both coming off from the standpoint of that they didn't use the phrase in ancient times, then since I went second, I have to create the distinction. How do I show the difference between what we saying, what we talking about? So what I do in my rebuttal is I'm explaining he is blending in and out of being like subjective in how it could be utilized, but then he's going in and out of it. 1 minute he's talking about, well, nah, they didn't use it, but then the next thing he's saying is, well, they call it they self that. I had to point that out. But because niggas already agree with him, niggas ignored that. Niggas ignored that. So that meant that going into the rapid fire, bro, hold on, bro. Like, bro, you've been bitching all day, bro. You've been bitching all day. So that meant going into the rapid fire, I had to make sure that distinction was crystallized. I had to make sure that niggas saw that, yes, he is talking about race. And he did this to himself. He wanted me to call a Greek person black.
Right.
Bro, you can talk about race, just not in a moderate mindset.
See?
He did that to himself.
He don't even hear himself. That's right. That's your explanation.
Can somebody tell me what modern is?
Modern is modern.
Modern
with an extra E or extra I.
Modern. Okay. Modern.
So coming out of medieval times, going into
Y. I think there's a Y in there.
The phrase is modernity. Like the entering into, like, actually we live in post modernity today. Okay. But the modern means everything after the Renaissance.
Nah, I knew the answer. I'm talking about what he was saying.
Like, if you go, like, anybody,
it's the Y before the end. Moderate.
Anybody who actually pays attention to the words, to the language being used, what I was saying was that type of phenotype-based description and classification is uniquely modern because, again, when you look at the interaction between the Nubians and the Egyptians, when they named the land of Nubia, they didn't name it after their skin. They said the land of the bow, which means that these people, the focus of their culture wasn't their skin; it was what they did. Like black land, denoting the fertile soil. Tasseti, land of the bow. Nubians being great archers. It isn't until you see outsiders of Africa entering into the continent, then saying, hey, y'all dark in the motherfucker. Right. That's when that happened.
Dark. It's black niggas that was coming in and saying they're black in the motherfucker.
The word that Ethiopia is derived from is two Greek words, and they mean burnt face. And actually
don't mean dark, burnt means black.
Hold on. But they were using it in that context because they even said, the Greeks even said themselves that they believed that these people were that dark because they were closer to the sun. That's
Yeah,
why
right.
don't mean
The black
that don't
Greeks
mean
saw
black.
saw
The
that
name
it was
Ethiopia comes from the name of their king from an earlier time.
No, it doesn't. That's mythology.
Man, what the fuck is you talking
That's mythology, bro. It's mythos.
Man, I need some sound effects for somebody like when niggas start going crazy. Start
Don't
screaming.
bring it up right now.
Hey,
buddy.
hey, can we hear from Melvin? Yo, peace to Melvin, bro.
Another debate.
I can't believe we still having this conversation. To be honest,
Must be your first year in the playoffs.
Y'all right, you said Midline is
this is Lance's debate to lose. In my opinion, this is Lance's debate to lose. I think he did an excellent job. It's just that there are some mistakes that he made that, they tally up towards the end. And it's because of those mistakes, primarily in the rebuttal round, that cost him the debate. Had he not brought up the Greek argument, he probably would have won. Had he stuck on the critical race theory argument, as well as the black Jew argument, he definitely could have closed it out. I was expecting him to do that, but he didn't do that. He went into the Greek argument, and he spent the most amount of time on that Greek argument. And unfortunately,
that was Domo's argument, not mine. I had to respond to him. What are you talking about?
Oh my God, he don't get it, bro.
If it was Domo's argument, why did you continue bringing that up in the rapid fire?
I didn't bring up the Greeks in the rapid fire.
No,
yes, you did. You even showed photographs.
Let me be clear though. I made two very specific arguments. I said that it is inappropriate to refer to ancient people as black because one, they didn't call themselves black in terms of their identity category, and two, that when we call them black, we deflate or we homogenize their culture or deflate their cultural significance, shit like that. Yeah? Those were the two arguments. Nigga didn't say the first argument. Hold on, come out. The first argument he agreed with, but he went first. So it sounded like I agreed with him.
I set the precedence, bro. Those are my arguments.
What the fuck are you? You don't know shit about debate. You are a self-admitted rookie. How the fuck are you telling me how a debate's supposed to go down? This is your first time. This is your first time.
Hey, Domo around baby Huey right now. You can tell.
This is new to you, bro. Shut up,
bro.
No. You was the big lead to him, and he know he won.
And
so now he's hurt.
This is his first time.
Hold on.
I gave him this is his first time.
I gave him an alley. That was a terrible.
Let's keep it honest.
That was no, bro. That was a terrible.
Domo. If being that this is his first time, it shouldn't have been this close. I'm just saying.
Oh, fuck that, nigga. It was an alley-oop.
I agree.
You saying that?
I just debated this.
Alley-oop. It was lobbed directly to your hands, man.
Hold on.
The
title I gave this nigga was: is it appropriate to refer to ancient
stone hands ass nigga?
Refer to ancient people as white or black?
Heavy-handed nigga.
Everybody that heard that I was debating this topic thought I would lose. Y'all cannot tell me that he did great and he lost a topic that was handed to him because I wanted to get at him. But he did great. Hold on. You know what happened? He did what I knew he was going to do.
I think you focus more so on him and not necessarily.
That's the reason why
Lance, you are who he thought you were.
I posed the topic. You see, it's understandable.
Would it sound right if I said, or who you thought you were?
It's understandable that you say that, Melvin, because for you as a judge, you just like, this is just the topic. That makes sense, right? That was my mistake.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I had a very specific conversation I wanted to have. Nobody else was in on that. That's why I had to set it up in the rebuttal. I was like, okay, I kind of went in, but it sounded like we agreed too much. So in my rebuttal, I have to create the distinction. So my rebuttal didn't make sense until he did what he did in the rapid fire.
Correct.
Yeah, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, that rebuttal had you on the ropes. That rebuttal
Yeah.
had you looking
Nigga,
too
that
shaky.
was a record date, nigga. That was
Fucking rookie. We almost had Domo out of here. Fucking rookie.
Almost.
almost. Only
You
count.
can't
Somebody
say
worried
no.
about it. Hold on.
You can't say no against your premise. You can't contradict the premise.
Thank
But
you, Clint.
you had an
Hey,
explanation behind it,
hey, can we move on to
and they
another point?
and they harped on that, and it's over for you because they amplified it and exposed that when you didn't expose his weaknesses very well.
Thank you.
Three shakies. Hey,
Hey, who said you claim all this intelligent speech?
you know that's what happened when claim you don't got a debate.
I cashed out in $5.
See?
Oh, no, you lying. So it was $10.
Okay, bro, $10.
Even better.
And send me your cash out claim. I'll send you $10.
Nah, he just came up on some
Black
copper.
redeem me.
He came up on some copper in one of them houses he ran through.
He's a learner. When you be lying, how do you get away with it?
Get away.
Hey, Suave and Domo, y'all working on the debate topic yet?
Man, Domo Taz died. I was giving him a day to bask in the glory, but I asked him, he's like, man, put me off. I said, all right, you gotta come see me. I'm the gatekeeper.
Bro, y'all niggas been gave the floor to this nigga Lance all day. That's why nigga ain't talked about no fucking time. For 2 days.
I'm gonna say this, bro. Like, I didn't think the debate was close. So,
God dang, I thought it was close, bro.
It's not being close.
I think Lance beat the brakes off of. Yeah, I don't think that's all.
It's not being close after the rebuttal round.
So did Young.
You know what? I say this. I say the rapid fire exposed any distance. How about that?
It did, but the rebuttal round you primarily just reading the whole time.
I say it got ugly. It started getting ugly in the rebuttal. It started, but it wasn't bad. Like I still had him able to win. Coming out the rebuttal, I still had him able to pull it out.
Yeah, he coming.
Did you have a rehearsed rebuttal, Lance?
I did. What you mean by rehearsed?
And what the hell was that close?
I meant to say a written rebuttal. Did you have a written rebuttal, Lance?
No.
There you go. You said no?
How can you write a rebuttal?
Wait. Lance, did you have a written rebuttal?
Oh,
you mean
I have a written rebuttal, but I have.
You mean one that he wrote up during the debate, claim, or previous?
Oh my God!
I figured he would be getting on. That's why
I'm trying to figure out what he's reading that Melvin keeps discussing.
Go play
it. I didn't. My rebuttals were quotes from doctors that would rebut.
Oh, okay.
Everything that he said.
Oh yeah. So you pulled those up really quickly on the spot.
I don't care about this. I want to know what Domo and Suave gonna debate.
Dragons. Let's get it.
Dragon. Man, I hope I judge that debate.
Hey man, Domo and Suave ducking like these boxers is ducking. Ain't nobody trying to fight.
Well, I'm saying he ready.
Facts. But the topic I had, though, I think he agreed.
That was a good topic I heard you put out yesterday, though.
What was the topic?
Is it possible that black people can create their own state, create a state in America? Not their own, but is it possible that black people can?
I'm gonna tell you what that is. That's called a 115.2 in the U.S. Code.
I think he kind of was like, yeah, it's possible, but when we first initially, he was like, yeah, that shit ain't possible. I said,
now when you talk about independent, like sovereign,
wait, yeah, clear that up there. Yeah, clear that up.
No, not sovereign, not like
clear that
separate.
Up,
not separate from.
Yeah, no,
I guess I can. That's not what I meant initially, but I guess I can take it that time.
No, Clay was
sorry. That's what they tried to do in
Clay tried to do that one night.
Oh, for real?
Not at all. No, not at all.
For real?
He's a liar. And we already know he's a liar. And so, yeah. So, the U.S. code for a state or a city is 115.
Ain't nobody who's still copper for a living can call me a liar.
115.1 and 115.2 in the United States Code. 115.1 and 115.2.
Claim got a basement full of copper pipe.
If anybody wants to do that, if anybody wants to start a city, I'm talking
hey,
to
who
the
do
Georgia
you
people. Because the
sell
Georgia people
copper?
clearly is listening
Who do you
to me,
sell
not
copper
to
piping
you.
to after you steal it?
Well, niggas say that's claim saying he ain't
Yeah, Gumbo, you don't got no ideas what you want me to
Sell
do.
it to the metal place. What are you talking about? Take it down to the metal place and you sell it. It's that metal place.
He got to connect.
It's in every city, you idiot.
No, you got a special connect, nigga.
Gumbo,
Right
you ain't
there.
got no idea
Not
what
at
you
all.
want
He's
to
talking
debate
about I
Right
got
there
a
in
fence.
Spring Lake, nigga.
This nigga talking about I got a fence, nigga. I ain't got no fence for that. It's legal.
Gumbo,
That
you
nigga
ain't got
got
no
a
idea
right
what
there
you
in
want to
Spring
debate
Lake.
about, bro.
Hold on, Gumbo.
You got to debate. You got to debate.
Hold on, what happened?
I said you ain't got no idea about what you want to debate about.
We need some sound effects on the show.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I ain't really just thinking about nothing. But I figured with all the time, you know what I'm saying, niggas be doing streaming, we gonna have time to figure something out.
All right. For sure.
Man, I see your debate, Akmalak. That what you trying to show? I see where it said premise, and all I saw was a picture.
That's because he's gonna be talking from his heart. Tell him you got heart slides. You got heart slides.
You got that song 6'5" going.
He got spiritual slides. Tell him they're not on the computer, they in my heart.
Hey, bro, what we gonna do if Akmalak beats Minister Howell, bro? Hey, when y'all debate? Oh, y'all don't debate
go up
16th.
against me.
On the 16th?
If he beat Minister Howell, he just had to go.
And we heard you the first time, gesture.
Right. Yeah, I just make sure you heard me.
Madonna, you think you gonna pull this one off?
Oh, for sure, King.
You got that super secret book.
Hey, no, gonna have to have
If I can die and pull it off, I'm taking a vacation.
Yeah.
Hey, you gonna
notice how
you and me both.
Notice how he asked
I'll send you a postcard.
Pull this off.
Melvin.
That's not a good phrase. That nigga said, "You think you can pull this off?"
Right.
Yeah, I do.
And mind you, this is the one that he wanted to take. I don't want y'all to think like I just tried to press him into it. I gave him way more time. This is the one he wanted.
See, Anonymous ain't got no evidence, man. That's what's gonna hurt him.
But Don, you took this debate?
Of course, because I know he ain't got no evidence.
None.
Merely hearsay. Yes.
That's it. It's all speculative.
Hearsay.
No
That's
concrete
the word
evidence.
I was looking for. Hearsay.
No concrete evidence whatsoever, man.
Yeah, you got to turn up, Madonna.
Say what, Melvin?
You got to turn up in the debate.
Oh, please believe it, man. You know, I'm going out like it's the last show.
But you going out though.
That's because it is for you for the season.
Hey, Swab, what you say about the heart? Something about the heart, what?
See how people just move on from you when you start talking?
Your slides in your heart.
Hey, when I move on to the second round, they really gonna be talking. Hey,
I know, bro. Some shit for y'all.
You don't need no PowerPoint. Just beam your presentation from your heart like a Care Bear.
God damn.
Brother, look,
Yeah.
we're gonna call you Aki Agapi.
No, I always got some slides.
Out there, nigga.
I ain't never finna be like you and just speak from the heart.
Why they call you Aki Malarkey?
Nobody started that shit.
I said that's funny as hell, dog.
Hey man, hey, some of y'all that shit, bro.
That's a
Hey,
slur.
I can't get over this Ice Bear. I can't get over there right now.
That too, man.
Yeah, it's Akmalak though.
We're gonna change Madonna to Madonna Cement because I'm gonna bury this nigga. Oh, yeah, blood up.
Oh shit, that was a good one right there.
We're gonna change the name to Anonymous Bite the Dust.
That was good. No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. You a group, bro.
That might work,
real
bro.
nice to send you home, bro. Out there might work, bro.
Yeah. Put some
I'm
friends
still gonna beat the
on.
shit out of Madonna, bro.
It's gonna be like, damn, Anonymous, he threw.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah. He's just throwing them out there. That's how he gonna do it in the face.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Just throwing a bunch of shit. Did y'all like that one? Did you like that one?
Coming solid,
He's gonna
man.
throw a whole bunch of dookie on the wall.
Solid as a rock.
Hey, Madonna, you got primaries though? You got primaries?
For sure. Please believe it.
But wait, I want this on record. You got primaries that say that they forged all of the transatlantic slave trade records.
Damn.
No. I got enough to show that if there's a fault, can't rock with it. Can't rock with it.
You understand that this is not a murder case?
Yeah, it's gonna be a murder case.
You right.
Sure. They say, you want some too, old man? No.
You heard how he paused for a second? No.
Like, should I bullshit him? Yeah, scare that nigga to the
my expectations for that debate just dropped. I was like, damn.
I know, bro. Like, I'm sitting here hoping like it's something at least to make you have to fight. Nah, bro.
Like when he said primaries, I was like, okay, he got some. He got something.
Information, so he probably got
said no.
This is what he got. I'm telling you right now.
The question is, where's your primary? What are your?
He got a whole bunch of inference, and then he gonna try that. He gonna try that Salamanca nonsense. Some Indians marched up on the sword, and see that means that everybody over there was Native Americans, and there wasn't no Africans that was brought over here. And then the Portuguese was sinking the British ships, and the British was sinking the French ships. So it was impossible, King, to have all of them ships in the sea. Yeah, all that shit.
Hey,
all that
good.
shit.
That's good shit.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that he thinks that's good.
Hey, that's just that like that.
No.
I gave him 3 bullet points just now. Look.
Nah, man, that's just crazy, bro. But I like, that's good humor.
Man, where's
you know your argument is somewhere close to that though.
No, it's not. I'm showing, like I said, I'm showing
you got. So hold on, wait. So you got primary sources that prove that it was less than 100,000 slaves brought to America.
Yeah,
he just lied. Why he just lied? Why he just lied?
Don't let me down.
Primary sources proving that many Africans.
Yeah, primaries they know.
Yeah, primaries. I know. And then
you got I got no primaries.
You don't. You do or you don't.
He said
he ain't got no primary. He got clearly hearsays.
Yeah, so you just gonna put together a dope ass circumstantial case.
No, I'm just saying what you got. You got
Oh, you said I ain't got no case.
Right.
Oh man. I thought he said that he ain't got nothing.
Hey, if he throws that in the debate, I think you got you.
Look, here's the funny part, bro. Here's the funny part. Like, we damn near could go through this. We could damn near go through this without slave wages. I'm not gonna throw it out. I'm definitely gonna bring it. But there's so many primary sources. Like, we could damn near. I could use the monetary value alone that they have for slaves, and then show how these people built up their economics, and you would take your ass home. You don't even realize how much they were trading slaves in Africa on these ports. They were the actual commodity. Like, they would the amount of money that they was trading was based on how much it was worth to buy a nigga. Do you understand it? You got to be the stupidest nigga out
there. Sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm positive about that one, bro. Positive.
Who told you that? Some cracker.
Some white man. Some white man.
Okay, yeah. So slaves was the biggest commodity at that time, huh? That's what you're saying.
And where did I just say? At the port of Africa. See, you's a dumb weirdo, bro. You gonna be trying to say, see what it said was this, and leave out the whole state. And I'm gonna catch you all night. This is why they had all these big ass slave ports and slave castles. Right? They storing all types of goods there, including slaves. They bring the slave out. The slave is worth this much money. That's how they know how much metal they're gonna trade. That's why you can't call these slave ships that you keep saying you gonna debunk me on. That's why I'm not running around here calling them slave ships. I ain't got no problem with you calling them cargo ships. I bet you don't know which type is which. That's why I asked you, what were the 5 major ones that was used? I don't know, King. You got to show me that. It ain't gonna matter. Where they at?
Man,
where the
I know what kind of boats they was using, man.
You going home, fam.
And I'm showing you, man.
Man, I'm so tired of talking about this at this point.
You better not use the Apple argument of saying that the slave ships don't exist today.
Yes, that's what he's saying. Where they at? Where the slave ships at? Where they at? You can't show us a single one.
You gonna die, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm not using that, but that's still a fact. He still can't show us one. But
you are using that. That's all you've been asking the whole time.
I don't have to use that. I don't have to use that.
Bro, I'm trying to figure out where you're going to get 20 minutes of information with all this stuff you're not using.
Textbooks. Textbooks.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Another 20-minute debate? Yeah, that's what he asked for.
What's wrong with that, Mel?
Yeah, it's just a timeline. I got to go down the timeline, Melvin.
You know, it's long. It's long. Melvin, like, shit. Hey, Mel, I promise you, bro. I'm going to do my best to give you a little movie, though, bro. God damn. That was a real thunderbolt. I'm going to do my best.
That's going to be coming through May 9th.
Yeah, I know, bro. I'm going to do my best to give you a real movie. You got to need an intersection between them. Thunderbolt.
Yo, shout out. Let me pull out my suave voice. Shout out to Brendan Bay.
Brendan Bay.
You know how you say Bay. You know how he drag out the Bay part. Shout out to Brendan Bay. You see the dark side trying to recruit a nigga because I'm so damn smart. This it.
So A9, how many people was on the average plantation?
Hold on, bro. I'm talking to my wife, man. What you say, boy? Hold on.
Hey, hold up real quick. Y'all hear me?
Mute your mic if you talk.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Hey, I came on because I ain't been, man, bitch, you better let me go. Hey, this is my dog. When I apologize for my statement I made. Hold up, let me put this motherfucker. Somebody keep trying to talk while I'm talking. Look. All right. I want to apologize to my brother Plain for my state the other night. I had a picture of my brother and I put a can up there that said bitch juice.
Man, you already apologize for that.
I ain't mean nothing by that. And I want
you do not have to apologize.
He really did apologize already.
You apologized already, and you didn't owe him another one because you just showed that he drinks on a regular.
You misrepresenting his. Let him get the whole thing out first, and then I got an apology too.
My bad. Go ahead, Brandon. I'm just playing, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, Claim, you a brand ambassador now?
No, I do not represent dumb bitch juice. Okay, and so that's why he's apologizing for making me the brand ambassador for dumb bitch juice.
Hey.
He said he went too far, and he sincerely apologized. Now I want to apologize for pulling out the weapon, which is completely unnecessary, and we're trying to create an environment over here to where people don't feel uncomfortable.
Oh no, we definitely put instructions on live.
People gotta feel safe.
We
You
good.
gotta feel safe. You got the right to bear arms, man. You got the
Man,
right.
this nigga pulled out the joint with the extendo and everything, bro.
Yeah, I'm a Second Amendment man for sure, but this ain't the place to
With the
display
argument
that
league,
because we don't never have no damn
Well, you was proving a
Second
point.
Amendment debates. We don't have.
And
You know
that's
what
why
I'm
you don't mess with Negroes. They pull out guns.
no, they shoot them.
Right.
A lot of people pull them out. All races. Negroes.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers off until your ass.
Right, but
All right, man.
we're
Hey,
trying to
Madonna.
create an environment over here where everybody feels safe.
All right. Hey,
And,
look,
and,
I'm gonna jump
I
off
was
in a
wrong
second.
with that.
Go ahead,
Yo,
Madonna.
so how many people was on the average plantation?
On the average plantation, at what time period?
Back. 1700.
Like between 1750 to. I mean, that's a real hard question to answer. I guess if you want to say, certain statistics say we could see somewhere from 20 to 30. But it's really dependent upon the time frame that you're talking about.
1700 to the 1700 to 1799.
Like I said, it would depend on the area that you're talking about. I mean, because if we're going down into Mississippi, we're probably gonna get more. You know, the more then we get into Virginia. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I would have to know what area you're talking about, specifically what time period. But I'm comfortable right now with saying if you go through the entire, slave trade or slave time period, you say from somewhere like 1650 to like 1860, we see somewhere around 43 to 46,000 plantations. And so in between all of those, the average is anywhere from 20 to 30. And then you have some larger ones. Those numbers are going to vary, but the smaller ones.
So you're saying it was all Africans on those plantations?
No, not at all. Why would I say that? You knew that you've been knowing that that's not my argument. So that's why.
So how are you averaging the average African on the plantation?
I'm not. I'm just talking about how they come over here on the transatlantic slave trade, how they come over on the ships. Once we move into,
if they came on the ships, we know they sold the plantations, right?
Once we move into trying to count the numbers on the plantations, as I said, we see this a mixture between natives and Africans, and then we also see Africans being moved around a lot. A lot of these numbers are kind of, it's kind of hard to tally those in terms of how we decide on how many Africans were actually on those plantations. So honestly, that question becomes, are you going to allow me to finish answering the question, sir? Thank you, sir. So I honestly, that's a poor judge, a way of trying to determine how many slaves were brought over here, because we have a mixture, like I said, we have a mixture of Native Americans and Africans that are on those plantations.
Okay, so if we don't have every manifest, how are we gathering these numbers up?
If we don't have every manifest, you mean of Africans being brought here?
Yeah.
Oh, so you really haven't studied slavewages.org. So this is what we see happening on slave.
Yes,
I'm answering your question. So as we study slavewages.org, especially when we're talking about what comes to the Americas, they have documented over the course of the last 2 decades, either direct records from archives of various countries, or various books or various writings from plantation owners. It's really going to depend, or captain's log. It's going to depend on which manifest you choose to discredit, and then we could go in there, open it up, and look and see what piece of evidence they have that actually proves it. So it's not like they just make the numbers.
Well, I got a lot of the manifests. I got
all the manifest.
Got a lot of them. So that's what I'm saying, man.
And then
when you read
you can prove that those
manifest,
you can prove that those manifests are part of the manifest that we see on the slavewages.org, and also that those manifests are false.
Yeah, a lot of them is doctored up.
I'm
And
addicted
how
to
do
the
you
sugar, bro. I'm addicted.
how do you determine whether or not they're doctored up?
That's what they said.
Who bust your lip,
That's what who
Klein?
said. Who
Oh,
is they?
you eating the egg and
People
jelly
that
sandwich?
some of the people, some of the historians who are trying to gather up all these manifests.
Which historians and which manifests are fake?
I'm gonna show you in the debate.
And all of those manifests you'll prove they'll discredit enough of the numbers to actually get us down under 100,000.
Yeah,
that's a lot of manifests, brother.
Because we got to remember, when did they start keeping manifests?
Yesterday.
You tell me, according to you, when did they start keeping?
Bro, you can't. I just asked you, man. You can't just turn around.
I don't know, brother.
About 800 BC.
I don't know, brother. I
don't know. Talking about pertaining to the slave trade. Claim.
I don't know. I don't know, brother.
That's
okay,
not my business.
Okay, you don't know. That's cool. That's fine.
This is really bad, bro.
Your window look like you got a view, Klein, with that tied, that not tied curtain.
This is gonna be real bad. This is
like
really,
your window
really
got
bad.
a view. I said it looked like your window got a good view.
Hold on, I want him to ask.
I'm on the fifth floor. I mean the fifth floor.
Oh,
I want to give a chance if you got any more questions. You got any more questions for them?
Nah, man, I ain't gonna. I'm good.
Bro, I really suggest you ask some more questions, man.
Nah, man, because like
but
I said,
ask some more fucking questions.
You're gonna fall short in this debate.
That's legit. That's legit. Okay, can I ask you a couple questions then?
The lack of evidence is why you're gonna fall.
Can I ask you a question then? Could I ask you a quick question or a few couple questions? Is okay?
Yeah, depending on the question, I give an answer. Go ahead.
Okay, bet. As it pertains to all of the economics that we see growing, so let's go to the British Empire first, specifically in like areas like Liverpool and Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
They have several wealthy slave owners, slave plantation owners, that actually really affected their economy, that attribute the majority of their wealth to come from trading Africans, like actually saying trading Africans that they got from the west coast of Africa and brought either to the Caribbean.
And why is that? And why did they?
Brother, I need you to answer the question, bro.
Bro, I'll choose.
How do you explain all of the wealth that they acquired?
Gold, silver, spices, rum. Different things like this was in hot commodity. Cotton, tobacco.
No, like I said, they're specifically saying though that they're trading in Africans. This is on a lot of their records. This is on a lot of the information that they're bringing out.
In the region,
how do you discredit?
Where they get the cotton from?
In the region, the Americans.
And who was actually then working those? Who's working those cotton fields?
The dark skinned natives that was over here.
So no Africans. And so then you have to show me people
who was working on. I'm just telling you, you had dark skin.
No, but according to the people that you had, according to the people that
got rebuttals, bro. We got rebuttals ready for you, nigga.
Oh yeah, and he's gonna lose. So according to the people that I'm talking about, they say they were using Africans. So once again,
the main reason
how do you discredit them saying these were Africans?
Yes, they had a few Africans working.
No, how do you discredit them using Africans? That's what I asked.
I'm not discrediting. Yeah, they had a few slaves. They had,
but you're saying that they were only using. No, you're saying that they were only using. You said they were using dark-skinned natives. Is what you said.
Yes, because of cotton. But when you ask me about Liverpool and all these areas, I'm saying yes, they had a few African slaves. But the problem they always ran in was rebellion. That's why they were losing. Because
I don't disagree. That's why they went and got more.
So think about it. That's why they had to limit the number on plantation. You can't have 400 slaves on a plantation. Nigga, you gonna die.
I agree. That's why you had around 40 to 46,000.
just like Toussaint Overture and all these other people, shit got fucked up. You can't have that many slaves on a plantation. So I'm saying that's what I'm telling you. Most of the good, yeah, they had the slave labor, but they had to do something else because the slaves were so rebellious.
Wait a minute. How many slaves are you saying was the average amount of slaves on these plantations? That's why I said 20 to 30. Where are you getting these astronomical numbers?
And they had to cut them numbers down as well. So my thing is,
who? Wait a minute. Stop running, brother.
I'm not running, bro. I'm running.
Stop running, brother. Stop running, brother. Stop. Slow down. Stay right here in the pocket. Stay right here. Because this is where you wanted to go. You wanted to deal with these copper. You wanted to deal with these copper-colored natives. Let's deal with these natives. All right. Okay, cool. So once again, we have several wealthy businessmen attesting to trading Africans. Not copper-colored natives, not white men, not anybody else.
I'm going to debate, are we still enslaved?
Okay, so are you taking their words on face value?
I have to, because I don't have anything else that discredits it. And on top of that, hold on, brother. On top of that, claim. Come on, brother. Yep. On top of that, we have all of their ancestors who are also standing by, and they have the banking and all the wealth to support it. So once again, how do you discredit?
So you say banking.
No, once again, how do you discredit, brother? You're not going to be able to ask me questions. You're not going to be able to ask me questions during my time to ask questions. So once again, remember, I told you to ask as many questions as you wanted. You didn't have none. So now, back to the point that I'm making. How do you discredit all of the wealth that they were able to amass, and they are asserting and attesting this wealth to slavery?
Man, slavery was just a little portion of it.
African slavery was these people's main job. So how do you attest to it?
Bro, what I'm telling you is this.
Wow, this is gonna be horrible for you, bro. It's gonna be a long ass.
Okay, did they abolish slavery? Did they cut?
So
back?
you're not gonna answer the question, right? I don't know. Is an appropriate answer, bro.
What I'm telling you is this.
I don't know is an appropriate answer.
Slavery is only a certain percentage because the main product, like I'm telling you, was the resources that they was growing, importing, or exporting.
Okay.
So all they needed the slave to do was a little labor. They only had a few on each plantation because there was so much rebellion going on. They couldn't have that many on a plantation, or they get more. Slaves come through there, mop with it. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you is this. If you're saying they imported all these people.
No, hey, wait. You said you was going to tell me something. What you telling me is what?
If you're saying.
So you asking me a question or is this a statement? Because I'm still waiting for you to answer the first question.
I did answer it.
Okay. So then I'm going to give you one little taste of how this will work. So I want to point out to the judges that not only does he refuse to answer,
you're not debating right now.
I just want to. I want you to get a taste. I want you to get a taste of how it's going to be. Relax, brother. Relax. Go ahead and get your medicine. Get your medicine.
Saying, bro, that's not a funny.
Get your medicine. Hold on, bro. Catch this medicine. So I want to point out to the judges that not only does the brother refuse to answer the question, he keeps asking questions. Which shows that he can't answer it. So now back to since you didn't have no more. Hold on, you didn't have no more questions for me. Let's keep going. Let's keep going for a little bit. So now, according to you, there were not these huge numbers. What is the need for the abolitionist movement if there's not all these Africans being enslaved and stolen from Africa and mistreated? Why is there even a slave abolitionist movement?
You had dark-skinned natives that was enslaved, as many as a few whites and different people of other origins.
So all of these abolitionists then are lying when they're saying that they're trying to abolish the enslavement of Africans from the West and Central and East Coast, from the West Coast, East Coast, and from the Central interior of Africa. They're lying.
That's where you're falling short.
No. That's a simple question. Are they lying?
I'm answering it, and you're falling short because they wasn't just trying to abolish slavery for Africans. They were trying to do it for everybody because a lot of at that time you had Chinese in slavery. You had a lot of people that was enslaved.
Brother, you're not answering the question, brother. Please stop wasting my time. So now I'm gonna put a time. I'm gonna put a time limit on you, brother. So in 30 seconds or less, in 30 seconds or less, are these abolitionists lying about all the African slaves? I didn't ask you about the copper colored people or the white people. Are these abolitionists lying about all the Africans that are being stolen and enslaved?
No, they're not.
Thank you, sir. All right, next question. You know what? I ain't gonna keep putting it. You
still can't get around the fact like this, bro. You still can't. Hold on. I'm not gonna still can't. Like this, yeah. I'm not gonna you still can't get around the fact that
what you say, Suave?
This nigga been over here all.
They were trying to abolish slavery.
What you say, Suave? I was telling Katrina that today is the day y'all was supposed to debate, but he said he wasn't gonna be available. But he been over here all goddamn day.
Been over here all day though.
Yeah, I mean I'm out of town, man. I don't want to debate out of town, man.
Why not?
Because I'm not in my comfort zone. Comfort zone is at my crib and my spot.
This nigga said comfort zone.
And you know, like
it's out of your comfort zone like a child. Your information don't work out.
He not gonna get home in time.
Hold on, Suave. Every time you debate, you right there, right?
No. I've debated
every time. He did this all.
I just moved here.
That nigga debated from a goddamn sauna one time. His hot tub one time.
I could have brought my shit out here with me, but nah, I want to be for this debate. I want to be in my best mode. So my best mode will be back at the crib, which I'll be back on Friday. So you know what I'm saying?
That's how you relax. You know what I mean? But listen, if I was on the road, I would have took my laptop with all my notes.
Yeah, I could have, man. But you know, I'd rather be my mind free from all this shit and just be in my zone. You know, where I work, I operate better like that.
All right. Because you just started your debate,
and you know, I got other people. You know,
this was your first slide.
It ain't like you know, I'm here by myself.
Saturday was your first slide, and you put that same 8.
No, I started on my debate. I started on my presentation like 3 weeks ago.
For your opening,
I'm pretty much done with my shit.
The same 8 sentence run-on sentence for your opening.
Man, it's packed. It's packed.
That was your first. You gonna put a period?
It's like a zip file, man. That printer was a zip file. It's gotta unzip it.
Oh, you gotta unzip it to put the periods on it. In that one run-on sentence, right? On that first slide.
Well, I didn't care about punctuation or none of that when I wrote it. If I was writing it to like, you know, if I was writing to some government official, you know, I would have proofread it and all that. So I just
right. A non is a government official. What are you talking about?
Oh shit.
Triple agent, nah.
Y'all see how y'all almost fell through that Michelle? She almost fell through Michelle.
Yeah.
You see how you want to lean back to her on that paper?
I saw it now with that goddamn.
The ball is solid, nigga.
You got a paper Michelle wall back there.
The ball is solid.
Nigga didn't want to. You don't want to lean back too far.
No, I just know if I lean back too far. When I'm laughing, I'll be talking to myself every time.
Claim is a professional pipe stealer, nigga.
Nigga be trying to.
Nigga walk around with two.
Trying to take me out naturally. You an assassin, nigga.
He's a professional copper stealer, nigga. Claim, now you know how much money we get for that cop over there? Everywhere he riding around, some niggas to pull over. That's how he got into the squatting business, nigga. That's how he got into the squatting business, nigga.
Oh man, your lies is hilarious. I swear. So I showed you the general warranty deed, man. Goddamn.
That's how he got into the squatting business. Nigga got tired of stealing copper. He said, "We just gonna steal the whole house, nigga."
Prove that I'm squatting, please.
You in the house right now. Look,
I need to get on my knees again, like I did.
You in the house right now with your hoodie on because you ain't got no heater.
It's nice and warm here, man.
God damn.
It's a warm. I got the window open.
You
see my window open with the curtains out in the night? What the fuck wrong with you? You see that curtain tied in the night?
You got the curtain tied by the window.
Oh, I like.
Nigga got them solar power generators running them lamps right now. Yeah, damn. Let me stop, man. Let me stop, bro. Hey, yeah, Madonna, this is gonna be bad for you, bro. Like, that was ugly. I'm not gonna front, bro. And them was softballs.
Man, listen. I
Yeah,
smoked your so-called rebuttal, man. So, you know.
You did?
Yeah.
You did? Are you gonna act like Lance once I send you home, bro, or are you just gonna take it?
No, Madonna's a man.
Hey, man.
That nigga gonna turn his tank in.
I'm waiting to see who I'm gonna have Akman lock up Mr. House.
That nigga better not.
No, but they betting they tank. They said this is the tank debate. Whoever loses,
No, his
tank
tank is done.
I
Man, you said that live on.
You said, yeah, you did.
Nah, nigga.
You put your tank on the line.
You said you want A9 out the tank. You said you want A9 out the tank. You want to bet your tank.
Yo, if you don't want a nod, all in the video, dancing, come to the court of New Jerusalem. That was funny.
Yo, if you actually want somewhere to live and not to be a squatter, don't go to the
I'm not the only member of New Jerusalem. You idiot.
If you actually want a roof over
your head, greasy motherfucker.
Nigga, get out your nose.
Nope.
Every time you on this damn internet, you in your nose.
Nope.
At least he ain't using
that's the nigga still when he be lying. He be lying. He start digging in his nose.
Turn the damn camera on.
Oh my life, but every time he live, booger grow.
A booger grow.
Sound like the black Pinocchio to me.
The black Pinocchio grow boogers. That's crazy.
You booger off the regular nerd ass nigga, man. Get out your nose, bro. Damn. Oh, booger sugar ass nigga.
What up, black?
Don still can't answer that question?
No.
Madonna can't answer no question.
I kicked that question to the moon, man. What's up, John? What's poppin'?
I want to know your answer from the time that they docked. From the time that they docked to the first nigga who dropped his balls. How long was that?
Hold on, you cut out. You said something about from the time they started to they did what?
From the time that they dropped their ankle to a nigga dropped his nuts and say this my motherfucking land. How long was that?
Well, shit, they did that immediately. Immediately when they got here, they declared it. Yes, they did because they was appointed.
But they were dying.
But what I'm saying is this.
They was dying, nigga.
But 30 niggas died.
Yeah, they were dying, but what I'm saying to you, Sean, is this. The king who set them to set up that colony already gave authority who he wanted to be. All right. But yeah, in 16, when they got there, yeah, a lot of them did die. The damn colony was burned and sacked by the natives. They tried to do it again. They got pushed out damn there again. And then, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people was dying off, and the natives had to help them do this and that. So it took a while for them to establish it. That's all I'm saying. That's my answer earlier. I told you a while. And it depends on which one you're talking about. If you just talking about Virginia, you talking about Newfoundland, you talk about, what you talking about?
I mean, they
Did you go all the way from Virginia up to Newfoundland?
Yeah, because they set up colonies over there as well.
I know, but I mean,
they landed in Virginia first. They lived in them swamps because they ain't know nothing about the land. They lived in those swamps and they were eating that same old nasty European food out the nasty swamp. That's why they were dying and shit. You You don't believe that, do you, Madonna?
I already know how they was dying.
It took them a long time to go more inside of the land and find, oh, damn, this shit dope. They were living in the swamp for a long time.
What you're missing is where they landed at was already occupied by natives who helped them.
How did they know this to go?
We fed their asses. We fed their asses and whooped their asses.
Hey, can I ask you something, Don? Hey, do you think that this
the dark skinned natives?
Do you think that this part that you're saying is going to be pertinent to the debate?
Well, the time period, DJ Tom.
That's not what I asked you, bro. Do you think it's going to be pertinent?
What I'm telling you, bro, it is. If we're using the date 1500, it is pertinent to the debate.
No, it's not.
How come that? If we're talking about what went on from the 1500s,
hell, bro.
You telling me they bringing slaves to a colony? And you telling me they bringing slaves to a colony that don't exist?
Dumb as hell, bro.
You telling me they bringing slaves to colonies that don't exist?
You dumb as hell.
You got a problem.
You stupid as shit.
A lot of these colonies wasn't even set up yet. Hey, you got to get that.
Stupid as shit.
Bring that into the debate.
Yo, you can ask, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can ask everything that Black Charm just asked, and that shit ain't gonna change the debate.
Bruh.
I can sit here and say
was pre-formatted. My shit was pre-formatted before Charm said what he said.
Hey, look,
he don't even know why I'm asking that.
I do.
Well, you know why I'm asking that?
Because it's gonna be.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
I was asking that because when you know how long you know how nigga I don't know if y'all ever been in the street before, right? But when you go to a new neighborhood, right? You know you go to a new neighborhood, right? And you gotta scene, right? You say that what they call set up shop, right?
You gotta set up shop.
But some folk be quick on the drop when they, you know what I'm saying, when they see a new trap. You know, so I'm asking that my question is how long, you know,
bro, them Indians was kicking their ass, man. Listen, that's
did the Indians know that they were setting up shop?
Before they got into a fight? It depends on where you was talking about. It depends on which area you was talking about.
Exactly.
But here go the main point, though.
Okay, you talking about exactly.
You don't know shit. Hey, but think about it.
If you go back with my debate with Inyame, man, a lot of what you saying,
Inyame beat your ass. On there talking about some goddamn tobacco, nigga. Shut your ass up. It's some weak ass houses. I watched that whole debate, nigga. Shut up. Hey.
You said smothered in Yame.
I don't
was funny as hell.
I just like to hear niggas talk about this shit other than white people. But
so
if you don't talk about it right, I'm gonna go back listening to the white people. Cause white people know that shit.
So Madonna. So Madonna. All right, so when does Virginia start actually having slaves? When does the colony of Virginia have its first slave?
Well, it's a discrepancy between the ones that came, what was the name?
Voluntarily.
But according to you, those are indentured servants, right?
I just helped them out
voluntarily. What I'm telling you is that the first slave ship that landed in I forget what they said the name of.
I can see I'm gonna have to put 30 seconds.
They saying, because it's a dispute because they saying that the Jews. I think the guy named like John Wolfe or John Wolfe. I forgot his name.
That wasn't the question.
They going by what I'm saying is this. They going by his letter to say this is the first slave ship that docked in America. But
that's not what I'm saying.
Some scholars saying that he never mentioned the slave.
Here's my question.
Some people say the white lion.
So in a debate,
the white lion.
You think you're gonna waste my time like this? You think you're gonna waste my time like this in the debate, bro?
That
That nigga fine.
This is one of the first ship landed. This is supposedly the first ship that landed in
Hey, look,
Virginia,
let me
nigga.
help you, bro. Let me help
I
you.
ain't asked you nothing about no
Hey,
shit
nah,
though.
I got this nigga, bro. I'm telling
Hey,
you.
here we go. Here we go, bro. So I'm gonna ask you again, bro. Now, this time, 30 seconds or less. Who was the first slave in Virginia?
I'm telling you once again.
Elizabeth.
Fire ass too.
No, and he's talking about some lady named Isabella.
Hey, look,
He must be
I'm gonna be honest
Isabella
with you,
and
bro.
some dude named
I'll be
something.
honest with you.
But listen here, man. What I'm telling you is
You
this.
can't answer these softball ass questions, bro. And you think you're gonna waste my
Bro,
time?
I answered the question. I'm telling you
You
right
think you're
now.
gonna waste my time, nigga? This is me.
You're done.
You think you're gonna waste my time?
Hey, no, just because you
Oh,
overpowered
out of
me.
here.
Hey,
You done.
that ain't gonna do nothing for you. You ain't gonna be able to do this in the debate. You ain't gonna be able to do this in the debate.
Who ain't gonna be able to do what in the debate?
This nigga started talking about ships.
These niggas started, look, you know what I'm saying?
No, he asked me when did the first slaves, or somebody said.
Nah, see, look, you not even listening. No, I didn't, bro.
All right, what was the
No, I
question?
didn't. No, don't worry about it, nigga. Moving on, sir. Moving on.
Yeah, so you got to pay attention to your opponent, man. You guys, I don't know what you guys.
If you say who was the first slave in America,
hey, Claim, just tell him you going home, bro. It's good.
According to a letter, that this guy supposedly.
What guy, bro? What is you talking about?
I forget the guy's name. I got it in my presentation. This guy John Wolfe. The guy named last name Wolfe. I forgot his last name. But supposedly 20 Africans came on this ship, right?
I am not talking about the White Lion, bro.
This is before the White Lion. What are you talking about?
Okay. What year is this, bro? What year is this, bro?
Gotcha. I forgot 16, 19,
okay.
16. I can't.
So that, yeah, you stupid as hell. All right, hey, look, all right, let me help you then. Let me lead you more than what I'm trying to take you.
All right, man.
Let me lead you more, bro. I'm gonna help you. Let me lead you. I'm gonna help you. When are the first slave laws passed in Virginia, bro?
Yeah, press on it. Take you to the side.
I can't remember.
Man, get the fuck out. All right, bro. I'm done, man.
What that's
hey, all right, bro.
mean?
Hey, look, I'm gonna talk to y'all later, man. Honestly, I probably won't.
That's not gonna help you in this debate,
it definitely does. See, you stupid.
No, it doesn't.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna prove that you stupid the night of the debate, bro.
Bro, that is not gonna help you in this debate.
Okay.
You idiot. When the laws are written, they're gonna say who they talking about.
God damn it, Clay. You's a smart nigga, boy. Ain't you smart, Clay? And then we go from there, and now we start looking at these massive amount of Africans brought in here, and then we see the population of slaves rising. Well, yeah, damn it. What you say?
Where's the evidence, nigga?
You might as well get ready for me and your debate.
Yeah, I know, bro. You stupid. You gotta get past Hal.
You is not getting past Minister Hal.
You gotta get past Hal, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, I'm telling you, hey, man, y'all gonna be like, damn, why you do him like that?
This nigga can't even tell me what a damn slave. He's a dumb nigga.
You thought the first one was the White Lion, and you're wrong.
You thought the first one was the White Lion.
You said it was the White Lion.
Nigga, that's the one you talking about in 1619. You stupid ass.
No, it's not. The White Lion is not.
Hey, look, bro. Look, let me help you. Let me help your dumb ass again. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about the first man who actually is going from an indentured servant to perpetual slavery when the laws changed. And once we start to see that happen, that's when we start to see a large influx of importation of Africans. That's what I'm going to show you. You're an idiot. That's why the Caribbean slave trade, the things that come to the Africans that come to the Caribbeans, I'm going to separate from the Africans that come to the North America. I'm going to help you. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So that way you can't say I'm double dipping. You's a dumbass, bro. You took the wrong debate. And you fucked with the wrong one because you talk too much shit. You mush mouth fast.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Oh,
but
shit,
it's all gonna fall down. It's all gonna fall down, bro.
Hey, but Don, you don't think I'm gonna get past? You don't think I'm gonna get past Minister Howell?
It's gonna be good, man. You gotta come with it. That's all I can say. I mean, I can see how you can win that debate. I can definitely see how you can win it, though. You just got to do your thing. That's all I can say, King.
What y'all talking about? And when is it?
Is there an afterlife when you die? It's on the 16th.
Interesting. You say no. Howard says yes.
Yeah.
How you think Howard gonna prove it?
He's gonna use the typical Christian scriptures, and I'm finna squash it. And I'm finna show him that everybody in the New Testament that was speaking in that type of terms were referring to the Old Testament, and what they were talking about. They didn't come up with that shit themselves. They got that shit from the Torah. Everything they're saying, you don't find nowhere in the Torah where it said that you're gonna die and go to heaven and hell. The Most High said in Deuteronomy 30. He said life and death before you. Blessings and curses. That's the life and death.
Oh, shit.
You don't never have no sparring partner when it comes to how.
Man, I'm trying to get him up in here. I'm finna get it. I ain't tripping. I'm gonna save it for the debate. You know what I mean? That's what it's gonna get at. That's where it's gonna get back. I got something for all the little bullshit he got. Everything.
So, what proof you got? Millions of slaves came on the transatlantic slave trade.
The proof I got? Shit, my people.
That's it. That's all the evidence you got.
My people in history, not from only the white man, but the Africans too. You forgot that the Africans out there in Africa, they did a 400 year of return. So I'm telling you, man, you want to
just because you have a 400 year return, you're not giving me no numbers.
Nigga, that was just from 1619 on to now. Before that, there were still people
show
took it to the Caribbean.
Show me some receipts. Show me receipts.
Hold on, Madai. I just made a really good point. Are there any African governments, countries, cultures that are out there nah, they lying on us. They didn't kidnap us.
I'm not saying it didn't happen.
No. I'm not asking you that. I'm just saying is because niggas that have been researched it. Has anybody run into that? Has anybody run into Africans saying that nah, these black people ain't us?
No.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
This nigga said, yeah, I have. Hold on.
Can you show it? Can you show it?
You saying you got certain African? Yeah, I got that. Certain African kings were saying that they wasn't taking the number of people that they saying it was taken. It's not true. It was so hard. It was so hard to capture slaves, man. It wasn't as easy as you think, man. It was hard to capture people.
Name one person in Africa that says that.
I'm gonna show you more. I'm gonna show you May 9th.
You don't have to show me. I just said name it. Name one person. Name him or her.
Or it. So you May 9th, King. Watch and see.
I'm gonna write that down. So if you don't show me May 9th, man, I'm on your ass.
Trust me. It's already in my presentation.
Nigga said I'm gonna write that shit down. Hey,
so you gonna show African people saying that Africans never got took it, or black people, us, our people, me and you did not get taken from Africa.
That's not what I'm saying. Yes, people got
took. That's what you're saying.
Bro, I'm saying not in the large numbers you're talking about, thousands and all this shit. That's what I'm talking about.
No, you just added that just now, though. You just added that.
What you mean? That's the debate.
No. Okay, no. See, Domo just asked a question. He said, can anybody show us any African in Africa saying that this never happened to us? We're not those people. The transatlantic slave trade never happened. You said yes. Everybody laughed. I said, well, show me that.
Saying yes that the large amount of numbers they said they took is not true. Yes, they took them. Yes, they took some. Yes, they took some, but it was hard to get them, bro. That's all I'm saying. It was hard to capture these people. It wasn't easy. These was warriors, man. These was fucking warriors, King. You gotta remember that. And I'm gonna show that through documentation.
So you gonna tell me less than 100,000 built America?
Bro, you had dark skinned natives already here. We already had it built
less
up.
than
We had it
100,000
already built up.
built up America.
The land's telling it was already built.
Bro.
It was already built.
Yeah.
You got evidence of that?
Hell yeah.
Show me the what can I look up right now just off the spot because I got a computer. What can I look up right now and see that was built before Christopher Columbus?
Well, just look up native cities in the Americas.
What was it called before it was called the Americas? Because
you had cities on the island. You had cities on the island of Manhattan where ODB say he
what was it called before that?
Bruh, I'm telling you.
Because you can't tell me these areas.
I'm telling you where it's located. I'm telling you where a lot of these cities was located.
Yeah, but you got to give me the correct names, or it's not going to give it to me on the computer, bro.
You can look up the I think they call the Iroquois Indians. I think it's called Iroquois. If I'm not mistaken. But these different tribes occupied.
How you spell that?
Shit, don't quote me at the moment, King. I ain't gonna lie. But this, you just type in "old dirty bastard" native roots or some shit. It'll come up.
Oh man, no.
It'll tell you the area of Manhattan that I'm talking about, King, where they had cities at.
You know how much shit he type in.
So that one city that was built up. You're saying that was done one city out of the whole America.
Nah, they had many cities. We had many towns and cities, man, villages and shit. You know what I mean? Where we had houses and all that. We showed the white man. We showed the colonials how to, when they came over here. We showed them how to build houses and shit.
Who are these modern Native Americans with these customs and these languages?
They converted us to Christianity, brother.
Huh?
They're us, but we got converted to Christianity.
No. Those people aren't us. I'm talking about these pale people with the straight hair. They're not us. So who are those people?
Oh, those are different tribes that live here with us, amongst us. You had dark-skinned natives, light-skinned natives.
So okay, oh man, this is going.
It's awful, ain't it?
Well, this is a historical fact.
So why did the dark-skinned natives? Why did they get rid of the dark-skinned natives and not the light-skinned ones?
They didn't. The dark-skinned natives are us, bruh. Us.
I'm asking, why did they separate us from them?
Just like if they separate anything during wartime.
No, man. Come on,
that's what's up. Good answer.
Yeah, because if you separate tribes from coming together,
anything during war.
That's why you had some of us with the French, some of us that band with the English, some of us band with the Portuguese, some of us band with these different tribes. Associated themselves with different nations when they came over here.
Hey man, the devil is a lie.
Oh, that didn't happen.
No, I'm saying the devil is a lie, brother. We ain't no damn natives.
All right.
Those ain't our people. We ain't never been those people. We those people that was put into slavery, and there was more than 100,000 of us that came here, brother, and we built this nation up. You take it away from our history.
So the white man is built.
What you doing is you taking away.
You saying? Hold on, bro. So you telling me the European colonial that came over here, they didn't build up this society as well? You taking all the credit away from them that
they used? No, they did it. They used Negroes to build their shit up, bro.
Okay, what did we learn? Okay,
all these railroads you see,
he
and
tried
all
to
these
trick them into answering.
Buildings,
y'all
mean that them old school matches and shit like that? Those are all built by Negroes, man.
Okay, well, why were we building? Okay, if that's the case, why were we building those same type of buildings over in Africa?
Who said we wasn't?
We wasn't. You look at the style of building. Hold on, bro. When you look at the style of building No, it's not
We
the
wasn't
same.
building. We were building doper shit than is out here. What are you talking about? Have you
Bro,
ever seen the
let's
city
go.
of Lalabela?
But they
Hold on.
said they
Have you
got.
ever seen the city
Hold
of
on, bro.
Lalabela? Check that shit out, bro. It's
Bro.
still here to this day. Check it out.
What I'm saying is this.
Don't ever disrespect the Negro,
Bro,
man.
what I'm
We
saying
did
is
do
this.
shit.
Yes, they built different stuff in the Negro
That's
land.
why they came and stole
But
us.
what I'm showing you is the architect was different. That's what I'm telling you. The architect was different. Yes, it was. The architect was different. Look at it. You can see it. It wasn't until like the late 17,
The fact that it's pronounced architecture makes me think that you don't get it, bro.
Well, you call it what you want. You don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm country ass.
Hey man, trust me, man. We had Masons, and we, you know what I mean. When they came and took, when they was coming to take, the Negroes from Africa and shit, nigga, they was taking smart motherfuckers. Nigga, they was taking warrior, smart-minded people, and they was killing off the older ones and keep the young ones, the ones that they can brainwash. And then they would make them stop them from learning their language. Made them like split them up, and then keep making and keep generating more and more quote unquote black men.
Okay, so you telling me? So how long did it take these people to learn English and to build these things using all this mathematics and shit? How long would you say it took them?
Not long at all. It didn't take not long at all, man.
I'm just asking how long? How long?
Listen, how long will it take for a baby to learn English?
No, bruh. I'm saying how long would it take for these slaves that came over here to build up America?
See, Aki think you slow. He ain't know you was this sharp.
Not long if they're forced to do it. They're forced.
Okay, if they forced to do something and they don't understand, they don't understand. So you telling me they don't understand the language?
Willingly.
They don't understand the language.
No, they get beat and show what to do, and then they do it.
Oh, so you're gonna beat? Okay, all right.
That's what they was doing. They was beating them. That's why they had the whips. And they was chaining them up.
So you said they beat us. They beat us, and we learned how to build those extravagant plantation houses. They beat our ass till we,
Yes. It's not funny. That's what happened.
Man, what it is it was the dark-skinned natives over here that showed them how to. We helped them build them type houses, man. That's what I'm telling you. It's a whole different architect from which they was building. In
so
Africa.
How did they know that language?
Not to take nothing from the style the Africans was building their houses, but we was building houses over here different.
How did they know that language, and how did they know that they wanted them to build?
Bruh, because we showed them how to build.
Why? How? What did they do to show? What did they do in order for the natives, quote unquote, you said it's us, show them how to build? What did they do to us?
If their ass was starving, they didn't have shit. So us being a humble people, we say, hey, these people need some shelter. Let's show them how to build houses. Let's show them how to cook this. Let's show them how to fish. Let's show them how to go in these woods.
So you think the white man in the 1500s was dumb and didn't know how to build shit?
Yeah, a lot of them were. Yeah, they were. Yeah. Yeah. They know how to build shit.
Man, you tripping.
How did they build that boat? These people wasn't builders; they were just navigators. They came to navigating the waters. Yes, they understood sky navigation and how to navigate this. But a lot of these people were.
No, what about how
a lot of these people that was on these boats were vagabonds. They was nothing to society, man.
How did they get the knowledge to make a boat, but they don't got the knowledge?
Because you had different shipbuilders within that area. Just because you navigate the boat, hold on. Just because you navigate the boat, don't mean you built it.
But Don, you're just lying on the internet right now. You just plain up lying.
All right, bro.
Hey, the white man knew how to build, brother. The white man knew how to build.
When I say the white, bro, what I'm saying is this: a lot of these colonialists that came over here, they didn't know how to build, man. They didn't know how to build.
They did.
No, they did. No, they did. History tells you they didn't really know how to build. The natives showed them how to build.
Man, it doesn't take. It's not hard.
They was building. You know what they was building? They was building. They was building little huts, man. They was building little huts. No, that was the white man, brother.
Are you all trying to go? Come on, man. Now you trying to push the
Oh man, that was the white man building huts, man.
Look at the natives still live in huts today.
Man. Nah,
What are you
man.
talking about? They
Bro,
still live in huts.
we had log houses.
Hey, listen, if you go to
villages.
native reservation, man, go to native reservation, man.
And the white man, bro, I'm telling you, you giving this white man too much credit.
No, nigga, I'm not. I'm just telling the truth. Like, you're lying.
No, I'm not, man.
You are.
That's why we have
You're not telling the truth. So if you're not telling the truth, you're lying. So
what in the hell are y'all talking about the slave trade?
Well, I mean, you probably think I'm saying that the Israelites didn't come over here. That's not what I'm saying. Yes, slave trade happened, man. Yes, Hebrews brought over here, all that good shit. But that doesn't negate the fact of what I'm saying.
That less than 100,000 came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't need about 500 people over a course of about 100 years to make 50,000.
50,000 what?
People. If you can take 500 people in a course of 100 years and have 50,000 or more.
So you think they only took 500 people?
No, man. No,
make them slaves?
No, bro. I'm showing you. I'm showing you how population growth works, man. That's all I'm doing.
So we're not talking about they wasn't trying to. They was trying to steal. They wasn't trying. They was successfully stealing black men, women, and children.
Nah, man. When these people over in Portugal, when they heard about the New World, everybody and their mama wanted to come over here, man. It was a mass immigration.
Not the Negroes, nigga. We was good where we was at. We was in Spanish, Portugal, nigga. We was cool where we was at, nigga. They start inquisiting and shit.
Okay, cool.
Didn't gonna come over here, nigga. We was forced to come over here.
Nah, a lot of people want to.
There was more than 100,000 of us.
Have you ever heard this book called Black Slave Narrative by John F. Bayless? You ever heard of that?
No. Who is it?
In this book, he wrote a book called Black Slave Narratives. In this book,
is he a primary source?
Yes, he's talking the slave. He got different.
Was he there during the slave area?
Bro, he took information from slaves.
So was he there?
He took letters, diaries, and notes from different slaves. Oh, so you saying the book? Oh, so you saying the book pseudo?
Yes.
Oh, Black Slave. Okay, cool. I bet.
I don't care who it is. If that nigga wasn't there, how can he say it? You gotta deal with primary sources when you're dealing with that era. You gotta deal with the people that was really historically write this shit down.
Okay, if the book is called Black Slave Narratives, who do you think the narratives are coming from, Malak?
It wasn't coming from the black slaves.
Yes, it was, man. Come on, brother.
But they couldn't read or write. They couldn't read or write, brother. It wasn't coming from them.
Bro, it's a collection of slave memoirs, man. What are you talking about? It's from a collection of slave memoirs, bro.
They did not have historian Negro, brother.
What I'm telling you is that
these are
memoirs from different slaves that knew how to write. Because you had slaves that came over here that knew how to write Islam, Arabic. I mean, bro, I'm telling you, had slaves came over here that spoke fluent Portuguese. Did you know that?
Nigga, I just said they was from Spain and Portugal.
So how you gonna tell me that these memoirs are wrong or pseudo? If these people know how to read and write.
Because they didn't have Negroes. Nigga, they didn't have us do, we wasn't allowed to do anything. We wasn't allowed to speak our own language. We wasn't allowed to do our own customs. Nigga, we weren't even allowed to be around our own damn family members.
You sure about that? So what the hell is a plantation for then?
For different people. Nigga, okay, have you ever,
so you telling me on the plantation the slaves didn't talk?
Let me break this down to you real quick.
So the slaves didn't talk on the plantation. They were just out there humming him.
Check this out. You at home, right? Boom. Police come raid your house, take you to jail. You go to the jail with a gang of people you don't know. And then while you in that jail, say you go from the jail to reception. When you go to reception, you go up to the next plantation to a gang of people you don't even know. And then from there, you go to the main line. And at the main line, which is the main spot that you're going to be at for the rest of your life, the main plantation, you're going to really be there with a lot of people you don't know. You probably will run into somebody, probably.
So wait a minute. So if they taking all these slaves, wait a minute, so if you telling me they're taking all these slaves from one spot, you telling me it ain't by chance that a lot of slaves can go to one plantation and not see somebody they know if they taking all these people from one spot?
No, listen, you heard of the Middle Passage?
Of course.
So they went from home to the county, which is Cuba. You know what I mean? That's we can resemble that as the county. And then from the county, they spread them from there. Some niggas went to Brazil, some niggas went to basically South of the South America, and some niggas went to North America. And then in those places that they went, they were split up. They wasn't in the same area because some people was in quote unquote say Ohio, and then some people was in Texas. Some people, come on now, there were different spots, and there was miles and miles away from each other. It's not hard to mix up.
So what language? So what you saying on each plantation, all slaves weren't speaking the same language?
Nigga, they was forced to learn English.
No, answer the question, bro. During the time of the enslavement, going to these plantations, were each slave speaking a different language?
They weren't allowed to speak.
Hold on.
They weren't allowed. Bro, I'm done with it.
Nigga, they was not allowed to even speak, brother. They would get beat for talking.
Actually, even outside of that, they actually made it a practice to make sure to separate, like at the docks. They separated different people from different ethnic groups. If they noticed they spoke the same language, they separated them from people who spoke that language. That was a practice. So yes, nigga.
So you telling me these Africans didn't speak multiple languages at this time? These tribes?
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
An idiot, because I know that a lot of these tribes spoke different languages.
You're not lying.
Y'all leaving that out, bro. Y'all think they just spoke one language. A lot of these tribes knew how to speak.
It don't matter what damn language they spoke.
Other tribes. What do you mean? That's how they associated with
language they spoke. They couldn't speak it. They was not allowed to speak to each other. That's why we know English. That's why we know English.
How does the Gullah language happen?
Because we was not allowed.
Break that down right quick.
Huh?
How did the Gullah language happen? Just so I understand.
What's he on?
Do you know the Gullah? Do you know the Gullah people, the Gullah Geechee people?
Who you talking to me?
Yeah.
Those are two different people.
Okay.
Okay, well, go ahead and say it again now. I don't even know what you're talking about.
So, how did the Gullah language happen in the Geechee language?
It was like, no thank you.
I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Are you familiar with who those people are? Are you familiar with the Sea Islands from like North Carolina to Florida, etc.?
Yeah, they still rocking rolling in Charlotte. I'm still not cool with a bunch of.
So for instance, like South Carolina, Georgia was a very heavy rice growing area. Like South Carolina was like the rice growing capital of the game. Like they got paid off of rice, right? They were importing people from now Madon's probably not. Madon, would you disagree with the fact that the people where the people got imported from? That like you're saying less than 100,000? Like would you disagree that they got brought in from like the rice coast of Africa, from Senegal to Nigeria?
I wouldn't deny that. Yeah, they brought a lot of them over there. Yeah, I agree with that.
Would you deny that they were brought over because they knew how to grow rice?
No, I wouldn't deny that.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. So there was a large population of people who got brought over because they knew how to grow rice, and they spoke multiple different languages or whatnot. You had different people, like for instance, you can go check out like Sapelo Island and St. Simon's Island and all type of stuff to where. For instance, like the slaves that were in charge of the other slaves, they spoke up to like I think.
You better save your homeboy because I was grilling his ass.
No, he didn't save me. I kind of body bag you, but Orthodox Moses signed, sealed, and delivered, showing that these slaves spoke multiple languages. You can't get around that.
Well, yeah, it was multiple peoples and whatnot, but you had certain slaves that were literate in Arabic. They spoke
multiple languages, and they actually rose to prominence because they could speak multiple languages. But to the point Domo also made, at one point they were separating people based upon what they could speak, because you can go to places like South Carolina, other places, see like Stone's Rebellion and the Hope. Like when people could speak the same language at one point, but there was what we're not taught is about all the different wars and all the different rebellions that popped off.
Right.
We're not taught about that at all. And there was a bunch of them, man. And
That's why I asked
at one point they recognized, they're like, you know, it would probably be a good idea if we separated some of these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Orthodox one, what do you know about the Egyptian and their relation to the Nubians?
What time period? Because it all depends on the time period. It's not my specialty, but like I know a little bit about it.
What dynasty you more familiar with?
It's gonna be closer to like the what were you talking about, like the Akhmos, Kamos, and Secondary Town, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah, because there's a topic floating around about their relation and how they view ethnically, from an ethnic standpoint. I'm assuming the Nubian people. I was wondering if you know.
Okay.
What you know on that? But what's going on, y'all?
You got it. What's good?
On my mind.
Cool.
All right. So who's in the building?
Man, we got Black Charles, Madon, Akmalak, Yara, Claim, Gold.
Nigga, the MVP. Nigga, MVP in the field.
Oh, yeah. MVP Domo's in the building. You got to put some respect on that man's name, bro. MVP Domo's in the building.
Is it official?
Oh, yeah, it's official.
Yeah. Oh, that's what's up. Congrats, bro.
Oh, man.
Definitely official. Yeah, he got it. He got it. By the skin of his teeth, he got it.
By the skin of my fucking